shop on the edge of town. Bottles bubbling, shades of brown. With a wink, he'll sell you dreams. Potion man's got magic schemes. Potion man with your reasonable price, mixing spells and a pinch of spice. Magic scrolls if you're feeling bold, a wizard's heart, a story untold. Behind the counter his cauldron steams, a dash of hope, a pinch of dreams. He hums a tune as he brews the night, turning darkness into light. Potion man with your reasonable price, mixing spells and a pinch of spice. Magic scrolls if you're feeling bold, a wizard's heart, a story untold. He'll fix your luck with a crimson brew, or sell a scroll to make skies blue. In his hands the world takes form, a potion to weather any storm. Late at night when the shop is dim, he whispers secrets to the wind. Potion man with his careful art, brewing wonder straight from the heart. Potion man with your reasonable price, mixing spells and a pinch of spice. Magic scrolls if you're feeling bold, a wizard's heart, a story untold. Hey, hey,
Why, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode live stream of Voice of the Rings. We're all having a great and wonderful day in Middle-earth wherever you are. We are going to continue the main story today in the Kingdoms of Harad expansion. So this is part 7, I believe, on the title. But we're going to have a lot of fun today. I'm really excited. I think we might be able to get to the end of the story today, for at least up to what they have. I'm not sure they're gonna like add little additions in the future with little updates, but I'm excited. So there's some cool stuff coming today. So welcome. Hope you're having a great Saturday or whatever day or night you're watching this later as a VOD. Welcome. I hope you're having a good one. All right, and if you didn't, maybe this will make it a little better. We're gonna have some fun and we're gonna get through the story, and I will try to do some voices as well as we go. We need to get back over to where I was. I realized that I am in the wrong place because we were doing the special events. Yes. All right. We got to go to another. All right. Perfect. No problem. We'll run down to the stable master. This is the new gates. The gated vale of Zajana, or the new city here. And it is definitely probably one of my... It's probably in my top 10 favorite places in Middle-earth now here in Lord of the Rings Online. I really like this spot. I think it's really cool. So... yeah, it's a cool city. So we will ride over real quick and take a horse over there. Right before the stream started, something fell in my eye, and it's been driving me crazy now for about 5 minutes. So, you see me blinking a bunch, I'm not winking at you. I'm trying to get it out, whatever it is. Oh, piece of dust.
Riches chase you,
all right.
friend.
Riches? I like riches. I just don't like it when they get up and chase me, though. So, sounds like the Harry Potter, the room at the very end, the cursed, like, jewelry, and they touch it and it starts, like, multiplying. Yeah, it's terrifying. Alright. You guys probably know what I'm talking about if you watch the, it's the last one, right? The second last one. I don't know. They split the last book into 2 movies. I don't remember which one, if it was the first or second one, but... I have a feeling it was the first one because they went into the treasure place. Alright, yeah, first one, I believe. Alright, we are here. Now, when we left off, we talked to... There's 2 storylines that parallel each other, and they're working on both. One is the chapter 19:9. It's called the, basically, we're setting up to sneak in as part of the performers that are going in of the Tekar's Travelers, is that how you say the name? I'll read it again in a minute. But basically we are going to kind of help and prep for me and the one elf that we know, that's our friend Ulashar, right? I think that's how you say his name, to sneak in. Now, we were also doing the side story, which isn't technically officially the official chapter quest, but it parallels it, helping the queen, who is pretty much the queen of the bad guys, the bad empire, but now we're finding that maybe it's just a lot of evil spirits and undead creatures that are kind of controlling them to stay. Now, clearly they originally chose it. That was very clear. The bad guy emperor chose to align with them, but now they are like in charge, you know. He kind of sold his soul kind of idea. I think that's what's going on. So we helped her get out with her children, right, in the previous thing, and then our goal is to take him down. So now it's kind of good where we did all the storytelling, because now we're at the point where we're gonna sneak in. She got us in by being an official guard to the palace, but we have to sneak into the main area to deal with stuff. So that's where we're at. So we will now ride on over. Got some other players here. We gotta talk with Sacy? Something? With an L? Now, I wonder if she's probably on the bridge, unless she's under the bridge. But that would be being a troll if she was under the bridge. Yeah, no, she's under the bridge. She's a troll! Ha-ha! Found you. Alright. Let's see what her voice sounds like here.
We need a Mumak. Don't ask.
We need a Mumak! I don't know if I can do that voice. Yeah, it's early in the morning where I am.
We need a Mumak. Don't ask.
We need a Momek! Don't ask. You tell Acelia that Setagera, which is the leader of their company, has requested you help her attain the things that will be needed for the performance, and the playwright is hoping for as large a spectacle as possible. I admit, I am not surprised. It is most easy for Setagera to write these things into her plays, but who must then arrange for them to be found? Atseli and Masaknu most of the time? Herself and the other guy who do this. They're the guards of the company, and they kind of get the hard stuff done. I have already attained a pass for the Odak, allowing us to use one of their Mumakil for our purposes. I will give you the pass, and you can show it to Sadungan Ganda. Oh, quite a name. The Mumakil Keeper. Find him at the Skardelv south of Adaba. Excuse me, it's Anaba. I would have selected a small one, but knowing Setagana, she will want the biggest one we can get. Alright, so we gotta go hire a very large elephant. Got it. Alright, I'm off. Why are you hiding under a bridge, lady? Why is she even there? They didn't even explain why she's hiding under the bridge. Oh well, doesn't matter. Look at this beautiful new area. I like the music, but we are gonna... Sound effects. We'll buffer the music down a little bit. Tell me if it's too quiet or too loud. I'm just gonna bring it down a little bit. Alright. Apparently, we gotta bring the pass to some guy down the road here. I'm gonna take out one earbud for a minute here. Let my ear dry out. I can tell the shower has left water in the air, so. Alright, aha, you have discovered the Skardelv. Oh, what a name. Because they're delving and they're scarring the land. The Skardelv. Got it. I understand. Oh, hello there, sir.
What do you want? Speak quickly, or I will summon the gods.
What do you want? Speak quickly, or I will summon the gods. You hand Shaduna Gana the pass, and he breaks the wax seal upon it. Sweat breaks out upon his brow as he reads the contents. As at last he looks up, a relieved smile upon his face. I saw many of these notices at the start of the year, stranger. So many of my Mumakil were outfit with harnesses and armor and sent north to the war. Only the smallest were deemed unfit for battle. They were left behind to haul stone and timber. I am glad the Mumak you seek will not be asked to fight. Point out which of the creatures you would like to join these traveling players for their performance before Lords of Amexdul. Okay, so he got nervous because that's kind of interesting. So this guy clearly cares about his tamed Mumakil, and many of them were sent to war, as we know, right in the Pelennor Fields. So he's happy that the elephant is going to be used for a fun entertainment purpose and not get killed, basically. Loose war Mumakil. Let's see. Alright, well these are big boys. Which one should we choose, everybody? I mean, this guy looks like a pretty legit guy right here. What about this guy right here? Shanagana gives you a grim smile.
I will see what I can do. You have chosen one of the more obstinate creatures of this earth.
But your traveler players will have a Mumuk when they need one. I hope their performance will show to the Lord of Amexdul the value of raising Mumakil even in time of peace, and the quality of their minders. Minders. That is a very interesting term that I have not heard used in that way. All right. Cool.
Your traveling players will have a Moomak when they need one.
Cool. All right. So we've hired a Mumik, everyone. Just like we just, you know, it's like a rental car, but in this case, it's a giant Mumik. Right? Pretty good comparison. You guys are like, no, Zollin, no, it's not. Well, you think about a freeway with a bunch of Mumikills going down it. Cheers! Guys, look, there's a wild donkey. Donkey, why aren't you in the swamp with Shrek? Alright. There's an oasis right here. Maybe this is where Shrek lives. Alright, the daily is obviously here. I could pick up all these things and do the daily. I keep avoiding it. I should probably be doing these. I'm not sure if I have to, though. I've already got my rep up for this place really high. But I would like to get it at Kindred, but I can just turn in tasks, too.
This valley belongs to the Shagari, and no one else.
It's just if you want to get it done faster, you might want to do the dailies, too. And they also give you a couple other little goodies. Alright, we are going to go talk to Satagera, who is the leader of the travelers here. Alright. There she is.
The writing goes slowly, but I have incorporated both you and Ulishar into an early scene.
The writing goes slowly, but I have incorporated both you and Ulishar into the early scenes. After the two of you have been seen by the audience, it will then be your task to slip away and search the keep while we hold their attention upon us. The Mumik I asked, at sea, it's Atesi, Talsi, yeah, to get us, should prove useful. Here, Zollin, your part is labeled Hero of Gondor, and Ulishar will be a northern elf. Read this portion of the script and commit your to memory. I have already shown it to Ulishar. He insists he will have no trouble with his own part, and yours should be easy enough. This difficult task will begin after the two of you slip away, of course. Right, we're going to have another tiny little letter that I have to read. All right, here we go. Another excerpt from the great triumph of Mordor and Ordok, which again is propaganda by the... She knows that, but we're trying to slip in purposely. The banner of the Black Serpent flies triumphant over the field. Confident soldier, the tide turns in the favor. No enemy of Ordok can stand against us. The Black Serpent, be not overconfident, my friend. Some hero of Gondor still remain. Confident soldier, who? Everyone looks around, expecting the fearsome hero. Ulashar's friend runs onto the stage. Hero of Gondor, me! Which is going to be Zollin in this case, my character. The confident soldier and the Black Serpent shrug. Pause for the audience laughter. After it is done, the Northern Elf runs onto the stage. Northern Elf, and me! You will not stand alone. The Black Serpent, who are you? Northern Elf, I am an elf of the Northern Forests, and my skill with the bow is unmatched. The Black Serpent, I think we can match it. Release the Mumik! The Mumikil walks onto the stage and issues a tremendous triumphant blast. Is this possible? We might not have very... She's writing this because this is like her script. We might not have very fine control over what the Mumik does or does not do. Let us hope it is impressive sight to have it on stage. Okay? The Black Serpent, well... The hero of Gondor faints at the arrival of the Mumik. After a beat, the Northern Elf faints as well. Pause for laughter. The Black Serpent, our Mumik, tower above the horsemen and seek to protect the city. Remain on guard. They may still have some tricks in reserve. So anyway. Okay.
I hope you suffer not from the fright of being on stage.
Zollin, I understand you have faced some terrible foes and engaged in many difficult battles, but the act of performance before an audience can be daunting in its own rights. Masaknu may give you some advice. He has done both. But that reminds me, Inkunush wanted to speak to you before the performance. I saw him to the southeast. Alright, yeah, I think I'll be alright, guys. I think Zollin will be fine. He's like fought like undead. I think that being on stage won't be too challenging. Hello, what's up, Kevin? I am enjoying the story thoroughly. I have never finished the story fully yet. I have been consistently saving it for my streams. So this is part 7. There's Inkunush, or Gandalf. So this is exciting. We should get close to the end today, I hope. That's what I hope. I've got like 3 hours carved out today for this event, so we should.
Yes, I am worried.
Yes, I am worried. This plan will get you inside the keep of Amaxdul, but it is... Let me put this back in. But its true success depends upon something else. Whether the attention of the Ordok and the Tharduth are sufficiently held by the performance, you and Ulashar need time to search for the inner sanctum, for the plans of the Tharduth and the Ordok. But secrecy is our ally, Zollin. Hold on. Let me try that again. But secrecy is our ally, Zollin, and lends us the advantage. The Tharduth departed Damurdur and accompanied the Ordok to Amaxdul. We'll expect no such instructions. Glorfindel and I cannot join you, for our presence would risk drawing their attention. If they remain, because we're not as special as them, guys. If they remain unaltered, I believe we can learn where the Tharduth intend to send their Utuge, the huge orcs. I suspect they will desire to destroy Gondor and the kingdoms of the north, but there is another possibility. The Hool of Ordok and his sons fell during the War of the Ring, but no empire can remain leaderless. If a new Hool has come to power in the south, he or she may have much no fear from these newly awakened creatures of evil. They served Morgoth. They will serve no other, and certainly not a Hool or Ordok, which is the evil empire leader we're fighting. This is the sort of thing I need you and Ulashar to learn. So basically, we need to know exactly what they were doing and what they're doing so that we can be ready to go, basically, for the battle here. That shower got a lot of water in the ear, and I just want to make sure it's not getting in the earbud. It look like we're good. These are my new earbuds. Let's not have them get destroyed. Alright. Alright, here's the other guy.
Satagera wanted me to give you some advice about performing before an audience.
Satagera wanted me to give you some advice about performing before an audience. Such a thing is difficult to learn in a single lesson. You must demonstrate confidence, Zollin. An audience can tell if you believe that you are showing to them. Masaka laughs humorously. With this particular play, that may be difficult for all of us. The lords and ladies of Amaxdul want us to convince their people that the victory of Ordok is near at hand. But any of us who were there know otherwise. Some of us may still be there, lost in the north, like Urunnam, or my beloved cousin. Not cousin, Kazin, and others of my friends are known to be slain, cut down in the forest like Tekar, or trampled before the great city like Zurosh. Had we had a purpose
to accomplish here. I might have taken advantage of this moment to slay at least one of those lords of Amexdul, Zollin. For months, I blamed the wizard Mithrindir, who is Inkanush, for the death of my friends and my family. But it was Ordak and Barkush who sent us to that war. Barkush is gone, but Ordak remains. If you can learn something that will hurt them, I will not rue the staying of my hand. Very scary. No, it's still cool. All right. Let's talk to Ulisha. Where is he? Ah, there he is. Our elf friend here from the south.
I have been remembering the time of my captivity.
Zollin. For 2 years I labored in the mines, but as my health worsened, and the overseers came to realize I could not survive much longer beneath the earth. In the early days, they delighted to send Kinte below ground, but as my speed suffered, they decided my slow toil was not worth the jest. They sent me to Amexdul to serve the nobles who dwelt there, lords and ladies, unaccustomed to wielding weapons. There was no call for them to march north with the Hool when the Black Serpent departed for the war Bakush commanded. The work was lighter than in the mines, but my health remained poor, and the punishments I endured were just as severe. Had I not encountered Tekar that night, I am certain I would have died within the keep of Amexdul. And now I return. If we learn something to undermine the plans of Ordak and the Tharduth who slew my brother, it will be worth it. This will truly be Setagana's masterpiece, Zollin, the person writing the play.
I am as ready as ever I will be. Let us find Ashar Mul and tell him we are prepared to go.
All right. Well, here we go, guys. Except... oh, there he is. This is the other guard of the play. Part of their company, basically. All right.
You are ready, then. Once we depart for Amexdul, there will be no turning back.
Let me know if you are certain. I am certain.
It is a good plan. Remain
Hold on.
calm and confident, and all will be well.
Hold on, though. I want to have my DPS gear on. I'm talking about. All right, so there we go. Okay. Prepare for battle. We must have a sip of tea. And hello, Elbin. What's up? Some flatbread. Because Zollin is really, really hungry. All right. So we want to be in DPS. Okay, so I'm in DPS. I have the right gear on now. I think we are set. Is there anything else I have to do? Alright, so basically, this one's the infiltration quest, and I think we need to do this before we do the siege of Amexdul. I think it'll make more sense with the storytelling. I am assuming. So, let's go ahead and run this.
It is a good plan. Remain calm and confident, and all will be well.
And all will be well. Oh, alright. I can do that. I'm a dwarf. Of course, of course. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Hello, Angus. What's up?
Lords and ladies of Amexdul, soldiers of Orda, I hope you will enjoy this day our simple entertainment, the great triumph of Mordor and Orda, written by our own famed Satagera.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Alright. Everything's good. I'm better. Where did this gnat come from? Get out of my room. Where's my pitcher plant? Do your job, sir. I need this gnat eliminated. I have a pitcher plant. It does a fantastic job of getting rid of any fly or gnat that gets in my room. Usually they're gone within like an hour. Alright. We're not getting voices, so I'll try to remember the voice they gave him, but otherwise I'm just going to make up a voice. So here we go. The first part of our mission has gone smoothly, Zollin. We have infiltrated the very belly of Ironshield without raising the suspicion of the lords and ladies of the keep. So far, they have seemed entertained by Satagana's words and the performance of Ashurdul, Zimelek, and all the other names of their company. Mashanuga, just butchering these names. To say nothing of Jasmine, who always obtains the most laughter and the greatest applause. But our role in the performance approaches. Let us join this Satagara by the door of the stage and await our cue. Oh, I like the music. That's cool. Oh man. Is that like... I hear the mumik. The lords and ladies of Ironshield seem enraptured by the play to this point. Let us hope that continues. Remember, Zollin, Mashunuk will say, some heroes of Gondor will remain, and then Asharmul will ask who. At that moment, you are to run up on the stairs directly opposite us, and stand by the entrance to the hallway. I will tell you the precise moment when it happens. Then you will wait until the mumik makes its appearance, and when Masanuk asks, well, you are to dramatically faint. Afterwards, while the audience is distracted, you and Ulashar will slip into the hallway and search the Lord's study for the information Inkonush desires.
The tides turn in our favor. No enemies of Ordok can stand against us. Be not overconfident, my friend. Some heroes of Gondor still remain. Who? Now.
Where did she want me to run? Run up the stairs. Oh no. I already messed up the play. I've messed it up now. Me! Zollin!
And me, you will not stand alone. Who are you? I am an elf of the northern forest, and my skill with the bow is unmatched. I think we can match it. Release Zamumak! Well?
I think it's where I'm supposed to faint. Oh no, it's so scary.
Our Mumakil tower above the horsemen that seek to protect the city. Remain on guard. They may still have some tricks in reserve.
Now, if I could do it faster as a role play, I would have totally gone into my movements, and I would have gone into movement, and I would have done Mirkwood movement, and then I would have snuck into the hallway. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. We have made it, and I believe the audience suspects nothing. Follow me, Zollin. Let us keep our voices down as we make our way to the Lord's study. No one's gonna hear us over the mumik anyway. Sneaky, sneaky. See, Zollin is being sneaky right now in his full body armor. I'm sure I'm making no sound in it. What do you mean no, elf?
This is the place, Zollin. All right. Scattered papers. Let's read these. Read more papers. I have had my attendants gather the notes we possess about the song of waves and wind, and I am studying them for good news. I need something with which I can prove my worth to the frightful ones who came from Darmadur. My mind is my own. For now. It is the fleet being built at Starkhaven. Whoa, that's a cool name. In Nirdar can restore Ordok to glory. Thoril may see my value. I will write more later. I will double my efforts and study once more the records of the song's construction. Okay, so originally, if you remember, back 2 expansions ago, we started the Song of Wave of Wind. So that's kind of cool. We're gonna learn why it's called that. All right, I'm gonna now read this book. Kobagach was in a poetic mood when he named Bakush's fleet the Song of Wave and Wind. The Song of Waves and Wind. Believing it would be a greatest accomplishment, he would oversee as whole. The wide, dark mire was new and appeared on no map, overlooked only by the skeletal gaze of the ruins of Kasuknin, and it was large enough to hold a vast number of warships. The river Ikoban remained navigable all the way to the sea, and with sharp eyes, archers, and spearmen stationed upon the bows, the lake and its accompaniment shipyard would remain a secret for as long as it proved necessary. Nisigam lay nearby, but its trees were blighted, and it rapidly became a ghost forest. Few of its timbers were sustainable for firewood, let alone for shipbuilding. Timbers for the fleet and the stone for the shipyards and its wharfs had to be carted by Mumik from the moor. Wagons departed from Kanag Valorar, something like that, and elsewhere every few days. The Temarmir accepting payments of silver and gold, and asking few questions. Kobalgach Hul died of the gout long before the song was completed, but Mordor and Ordok worked together to finish the weapon, and could destroy their shared enemy. The arrival of the Song of Waves and Wind on the shores of Gondor would signal the beginning of the war. But, for some unknown reason, Bakshur launched the attack before the fleet was ready. It stood idle at Sur Nindar, the Fearwater, for the duration of the war. It stands there still, even as a new king rules in Gondor and all believe Ordok to be defeated, prepared for Gormalosai by Lagnil of Amaxdul, scribe of Ordok. Oh, dang. What? They got a whole fleet? Dun dun dun!
Look at this. An unsent letter.
My Hul, I fear for Ordach. The terrible woman who came from Darmadur possesses some sorcerous power over even the strongest of wills. She demands that we crush Gondor, and if we do not, she will take matters into her own hands. The war has left us with few options, but she cares not. I have hired a playwright to convince her that Ordok is strong, but I fear her patience will not last. I told her about the Song of Waves and Wind. If Mordor ordered the construction of this fleet in secret, she asked, why did the Dark Lord Sauron not wait for it to be finished? I had no answer for her. What could I say? We must now pin all of our hopes upon the song. We must use it to destroy Gondor. I will send word to the shipyard at Suklidar, the Firwater, that the song must set sail at once. That must be enough for Thorfril. If it is not,
That is where the letter ends. He must have intended to finish it after the play.
We have learned something of great importance, Zollin. A secret fleet of warships has been in construction for many years at the head of the river Ikorben, and even now it nears completion. This must be enough for Inkanush. We have been away for too long.
We must get back to the stage and quickly.
I feel like this can't end well.
Alas for the dead! Our great victory was taken from us by trickery! Remember always the glory of the Black Serpent! We can still seize victory for the Hul and for Ordach, but we must not give up!
You should join our travelers on stage for a bow. Okay. Alright. Oh, wow. They set that up pretty good. You should return to the room. That's a Muma kill. Sneaky, sneaky. Wow, okay, that was cool. I like that. That was really cool. Oh, look at all of this fancy. Whoa, what a wardrobe! I wish I could have seen that a little more before we got kicked out. Wow, okay. That was pretty cool. And also, dang. So, the Song of Waving Winds is a massive warship fleet that never got used? That actually is like... See, so in Lord of the Rings Online, since we're kind of like off the main story of we're like in the appendices and they're like making up story, there has to be like real threats, right? Otherwise, there's no significance to the storytelling, right? So the threat of the Tharduth, which are basically undead servants that were there from Morgoth, not from Sauron. So they're very powerful and evil, sorcering undead creatures. And now they're trying to take over, we see with the kingdoms of Harad, with either through fear or control. And apparently this guy gave up the location that Mordor knew about, Sauron. But of course he got defeated. Spoilers. Now this huge fleet, that's pretty cool. I really like that twist. That's really cool. Some people in my kinship were telling me that I was going to really enjoy the twist of what it was. So
What did you learn? Quickly now.
What did you learn? Quickly now. This is Gandalf, classic Gandalf. Go faster, go faster. Inkanush listens closely as you describe what you learned about Sug Nidar. Man, you know, I try to read it where it's fluent and everything, and then I get stuck on these crazy words. It drives me crazy, so I'll try not to focus too hard on when I make a mistake, because then it breaks us out of the immersion when I'm trying to read the story for us. The Fiawater and the long creation of the Song of Waves and Wind. The wizard strokes his beard, deep in thought. I should have known, Zollin. When the din of stone shook the moor, it collapsed a great cavern to the east of Ikorban. The river rushed into the chasm, creating a vast lake that showed on no map. After Thorgil destroyed the Corsair fleet at Umbar, Sauron demanded a new fleet be built. The Fiawater proved the perfect location. Had he not loosed his war too soon and waited for the song to be completed, things might have turned out differently. That fleet was kept secret from all as I flipped the thing and now I don't know where I was. That fleet was kept secret from all may have prevented the masters of Mordor from attempting to harness it against us. Inkanush tilts his head to one side, thinking, secrets from all, did I say? No. Azagath knew of this fleet, this song of waves and wind, and so did Nagasaki Wave Reaper. This may be a problem.
From your account, it sounds like the song is nearing completion, but is not yet ready.
From your account, the song is nearing completion, but it is not yet ready to sail. We are fortunate. It is if goods and supplies travel by wagon from Kanak Valorian to Solnidar, 1 or 2 secrets stowaways might gain access to the harbor where the song is being constructed. Can I count upon you to do this, Zollin? You must prevent the song from setting sail. One dwarf? I guess I could try. I will remain here to combat Tharduth, but I do not ask you to travel alone. Any who seek to go with you on this journey into danger will have my approval. Glorfindel, please. I want Glorfindel. Yes, let's let Glorfindel go with me. Talk to Glorfindel and Ulashar. Oh no! They're gonna send Ulashar, not Glorfindel with me. I just know it! No! I'm just trolling. Ulashar is a cool character. I actually do like him. I just would rather it be Glorfindel.
I must remain with Inkanush to face the Tarduth of Damadur. If it comes
Zollin called it. Zollin called it. Okay. I must remain with Inkanush to face the Tharduth of Darmudur, if it comes to that. To be fair, yeah, okay, it's true. Glorfindel is gonna have to be the one to deal with these super giant evils, so I guess that makes sense with the storytelling. But fear not, my friend. I know you have the courage and skill to end that threat posed by the song of waves and wind, if I can stop flipping words. I will see you again when you return in victory. Glorfindel will remain to stand against the Tharduth. Alright, yeah, okay, yeah, called it. I knew that. I knew that was gonna happen. Alright. Man, the shampoo I used made my forehead a little too dry. It's kind of getting a little itchy there. We're good, though. Alright. Keep rubbing my head, that's why. I know this man! And I know this person, too! It's Rick and Tams! Rick's on his guard here. I know these people. Hello there. Hello. Alright. Surrounded by dragonflies and butterflies. I see. Very nice. Alright, well I must continue my adventures, so I will give you a to-do. And we will continue on over here. Alright. Ulasha!
If you ask me to go with you, I will. But my heart tells me to remain.
Remain with Tarkas travelers while they stay in this land. I owe them a debt of friendship for all they have done, and I want to stay and fight the Tharduth in Inkanush asks it of me. My heart has yet not stopped racing since we passed within Amaxdur. I am not sure if it could handle another mission of secrecy as soon after the last. Maybe I'm gonna get someone totally different entirely. Ulashar will remain in Ekta to stand alongside the Tarkus travelers. Oh, okay, alright. Alright. Brazazi.
I will accompany you on this journey. Such a fleet as you described threatens my home and my people.
Riku is saying, hey, we were just talking about you. I will accompany you on this journey, Zollin. Such a fleet as you described threatens my home and my people. And no daughter of Iridith could let this danger remain unmet and unstopped. So, let's just real quick for her storytelling. She is from this place, this town. The shipyard is somewhere behind, like, at the top of this river. So somewhere behind my camera over here, okay? So you can kind of see there's a shipyard up here. You see it when I go down? That's the area. It's, like, hidden, though. It's, like, sunken into the ground because of a collapse of an earthquake. Man-made because of sorcery, okay? So we learned that all in the last episode. Or stream, excuse me. Supplies depart for Sunade from the Kanag south of Dret Minesh. Connect Valor... I hate this name right now. It's not Valoron, so Valoyar. Valoyar, I guess? Valoyar? Okay. That is where you encountered the impolite Temari, is it not? If we are fortunate, he may unwittingly drive us to the harbor where the Songs of Waves and Wind is under construction. To Kanag Valinor, then, without haste, without delay. Oh, okay. So she will join me on my journey to oppose the last evil of Sauron. So, again, one of the last spots that he... Oh, I see. We gotta go talk to him. Okay, let's do it. Alright, this story is freaking awesome. I'm really enjoying this story. This is really, really awesome. So, we're now at the point where me and her are going to try to infiltrate the stuff being sent to the Song of Waves and Wind, which is now a war fleet that we found out about. And we know how destructive the fleet was from the Corsairs, which is a completely different group of people, right? So, Gondor's just recuperating. They would not be able to take on, 40, 50 other warships with a bunch of new troops. Well, they would, but a lot of people would die. That we don't want that to happen. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. And we're also trying to save the lives of the people who would be kind of forced into it here in the Kingdoms of Harad by the Thawduth, which are, again, the scary undead people that are like 9 feet tall. All right, so we're going to go talk to this... Oh, good, I have my movement speed buff still on. There is the very scary giant thing. This is a really cool view. You can see the bones of the dragons back there. All right, here's the towering arch. These guys are trying to mug me. Go mug someone else who doesn't have a speedy goat. All right. Got a couple little bats out here. So the high chances that some of these dwarves are still delivering stone to that, and this is not these are not obviously the dwarves of Durin's folk, right? Fortunately, there is no sign of the Temera who oh, this is the dwarf that was a jerk to us. The Tamari who accused you during your last visit. Get out of my way, Bat. We're busy, sir. We're busy. Back off, Bat. Okay. Rashani, okay.
Luck is with us. According to these papers, a wagon is soon to depart.
Depart for Sung Ninar. Are you ready to go? It will be some time before we return to these lands. Let me know if you are prepared.
Of course I'm prepared.
Then we must quickly conceal ourselves within the departing wagon.
That's gonna be challenging. Dwarves wouldn't be silly enough to not check. They don't check. Oops, this is awkward. I guess they're not Durin's folk.
We must speak only quietly, or we shall be discovered.
Are we in a wagon? Is this a wagon? This is a wagon. Oh, interesting. This is a freaking huge wagon. Oh my gosh. You could fit a mama kill in here. Look at the cargo. This wagon is transporting Zollin. These are not ropes and timbers I expected necessarily to finish construction of a fleet of ships. Much of these supplies are wealthy goods and valuables. For what purpose does the Tamarin wagon driver bring these items to Sug Nidar? Stand by the back of the wagon and listen. Which one's the back? Oh, it's over there. You hear the crushing of footsteps
hear
behind the
you.
wagon. Try not to move.
I will be back as soon as I can, and with gold.
Nobody move. Did he say something about gold?
Benefiti.
Gold? Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Now we wait. You might well make yourself comfortable. Pass the time while the wagon rumbles to its destination. By a flashback. It is difficult to mark the passage of time as the wagon rumbles onwards. Zollin just sleeps. Problem solved. Was the Shoranin's own adventure like this, Solemn? The songs and tales recorded only her deeds of daring and courage. This girl is like obsessed with her hero, by the way. Like, it's a good story, but she is obsessed. It's all she ever talks about. Much was made of her contests of strength against the dragons, but little is said of the days and weeks between such battles, though they must have existed. Will our own song speak of this wagon ride? I suppose that depends upon what awaits us at the end of it. Triumphant victory or crushing defeat. That's a little depressing, don't you think? The driver has returned to the side of the wagon.
Fine enough. But the road is a thirsty one.
I think he is gone. Let us see where we have come.
The fear water. Ooh. Wait a minute. The wagon wasn't that big. What kind of spatial anomaly is this? This wagon should be larger. It was clearly bigger when we were in there, wasn't it? Clearly bigger. What is this? Room of requirements?
We made it. This is Sugnidar, the fear water. None saw us arrive. Might we use this to our advantage?
I doubt not. That the bounds of this land are watched by sharp-eyed guards, but the Tamara who drove this wagon is known to them. He has carried us all unknowing to a place where it must be assumed every person belongs. I hear the sounds of the encampment to the northwest. What if we simply walk among these people and see what we might learn of their purposes here, and how near this secret fleet may be accomplished? Okay, so one thing, I'm a dwarf of Durin's folk, and I'm gonna look real different than all the Tamari dwarves, and you'll fit in because you'll look like you're the people here, but I won't. This will not. All right, fine. We'll put on a costume. All right, I'm gonna put in disguise. We need a good disguise. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, here's my disguise. Okay, guys. Here it is. All right. I have put on this armor I found in the wagon. I think it's human armor, but they'll just think I'm a really short human, or a Tamari that put on a human helmet. Problem solved. Now nobody will know who I am. All right, gotta roleplay correctly, guys.
Why is everyone yelling Tam in the kinship chat? I just look over and I'm like, dab, 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 dab. All right, we are in the camp here.
May your day prove profitable.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. Don't mind me. Some errands have brought... Who's this guy?
Hoy, stranger! You must be anew here. All glory to the Hool.
You repeat the sentiment, and Uruk nods pleasantly.
Yeah. Glory to the Hool. It warms my heart to hear it. The orcs claim to share our purpose here, but I do not believe it.
If they thought Mordor had the advantage, they would turn on us in the span of a breath. And the Corsairs down at Ridar and the Starkhaven mumble their oaths. But they resent the Hool, I am sure of it. I wish Ordok had no need of either. But this great work began before I was even born, and I was not consulted. It has taken great cost in lives to build the Song of Waves and Wind, and now we wait only for the signal to sail. You are fortunate to join us today, stranger. Habati, the dwarf, has just arrived, and he brings goods and provisions from far away. He comes back every few weeks and sets up shop. His arrival is always welcome. It helps to break up the monotony of our days, which are spent mostly in waiting. His prices could be lower, though, I admit it. That's fair. He's not potion man. Got it? Okay. Alright. Examine to the east. The suspicious level is low. Where? Oh man, look at this. It's a whole region. It's crazy. Oh my gosh, those are all ships. You know Zollin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 42, 43, 44. This is like this is almost 100 ships. That's a lot of ships. Yeah, that would be a very large threat to a very, very large threat to Gondor. So, crazy. All right. So we need to examine to the east. This is east, so I'm assuming it's down here. Oh, dang. You can already see him from here. Also, that's a legit bridge. Look at that bridge. Looks really pretty. That's a lot of ships. All right, let's get closer. This is a really beautiful, like, area. Can you, like, come in here without the quest? I kind of hope you can, like, come over here without the quest. The fact is there's nothing to fight, which... Oh, no, there is. There's birds. Oh, sweet. Maybe this area gets opened up and stays open now that you've done the chapter. I kind of hope it does. We'll find out at the end of this. This seems like a fun place to explore for a tour episode that I do here on the channel. I really hope I'm going to the right place. I don't think I am, because the quest is telling me to go over here. Let's follow the quest. I was almost too excited about seeing the beauty of the landscape to actually get the quest done. It's a really big area, so I really got to follow the quest correctly. Otherwise, we're going to be running way too much. Dude, this whole, like, There's like, is that pine trees up there? That's crazy. There's pine trees up there. So this must be kind of like higher altitude then, right? If we're being realistic, at least. Hello, Raven. What's up? It's really nice to ride, you travel over a bridge. Yeah. So, I guess it's actually in here, the thing I was supposed to click. Why didn't I see it? Oh, it's right there. Silly me. Silly me. Alright, the atmosphere contains fresh, easily transportable water for use for the Ordar. Even as you commit the map to memory, a woman calls you out.
What do you think you are doing? You should not be lingering in this place.
Habati, the dwarf, has just arrived, but instead of going to see him, you insist upon poking into places where you don't belong. What were you looking at just now? You tell Jola that you were just about to go see Habati, but you were worrying that you would not be able to afford his unreasonable prices. Clearly the opposite of Potion Man, who has very reasonable prices, everyone. I'd just like to point that out. She stares at you suspiciously, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, guys, it's a channel joke, okay, with Potion Man. Go on, then. Into the main tent with you. You have no choice but to go inside the central tent. A line has formed inside the central tent. Habati, oh no, Habati's gonna know who I am. But no, I put a mask on. He shouldn't know, right?
Do I know you, stranger?
No. You look familiar to me for some reason. No. I've never seen you before. You assume, Habati, that you have he had never met. But before he can respond, the Ordok erupt in a chorus of complaints. There is a line, Habati says, and you step back before you draw any further attention to yourself. You should walk calmly out. They're all like, why is he cutting the line? Dwarven favoritism! Walk calmly out and rouse no further suspicion. Okay, so walk this way. Do we talk to her now?
How fared you within the enemy encampment?
Zollin, you described to Rizazi the map you memorized, and she nods agreeably, assigning names to locations in her head. I, too, have learned some things that may be of use to us. The Ordaki are not alone in Sug Nidar, and they are not happy about it.
By listening to the conversation of the Ordachai, I have learned something of their associates in the Firwater.
Orcs have established an encampment to the east of here at Druskala, a fort that was drowned when the lake of Sugnina was formed. During the reign of Baragush, the Orcs and the Ordakai were made to work together. Now that he is gone, the two groups find it more difficult to coexist, and there has been fighting between the two. I wonder why. The map you saw contained markings on the other side of the river for a place called the Haven of Bakridar, which seems to be a Corsair encampment. The Ordaki need crews to sail the ships, but I am not certain how they convinced these sailors. There is little love between Umbar and Ordak these days, beyond Bakridar. The wharfs and the jetties of Starkhaven, I'm doing better with the names now, must serve as the primary shipbuilding locations for the song. Let us first travel eastwards towards Druskala. After we have seen the orcs, we will turn our attention to the other side of the river. To the other side of the river! I think it's from Narnia. That one guy says that, right? I think that was that Prince Caspian? Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the stream, guys. If you just joined in either of the streaming platforms, what's up, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having fun. If you are, you know what I'm going to say. Don't forget to throw a like on there, maybe follow, maybe subscribe for free on YouTube. Really appreciate the support. Alright, so we're going to run down this road, and we're going to continue the next part of chapter 17.2. I do not know why the top of my forehead is just so itchy today, for no reason. It's driving me absolutely craziness. Feels like, I don't know. It's really, really itchy today. I cannot explain it. It's been much drier at my house recently. I think that might have something to do with it too. Almost there. Wow. That's a lot of ships. Dude, that ship has a giant snake. Do you see the giant snake on the end of it? It's not a real live snake, you know. It's a... The end. I kind of forget what it's called, but here's... What's her name? Rosani shows slows to a halt and stares out at the ships with the song.
So many ships, and they all ready for war.
You told me what you learned in Imaxdul, that the fleet has been in construction for so many years, but it's different, entire, to see the evidence with my own eyes. Let us descend the slope towards Drushkala. Go carefully. Remain alert for anything out of the ordinary.
You know, like a giant bunch of ships? No, I'm just kidding. How do I know something's out of the ordinary when everything is out of the ordinary here? Look for the ordinary, and then you'll know what's out of the ordinary in this place. There it is. All right, here's an orc encampment. Approach Droshan. An orc lies dead a short distance from the outer palisades of Dukshkala. Searching his corpse. The orc was slain by an elf arrow. Might you have allies hereabout? An elf arrow. Defeat orcs. Oh, okay. Let me just walk into their keep. Yeah, you'll be fine. Baruch Khazad!
Khazad, I made you!
Yes, thank you, Zollin, for finishing the sentence. I appreciate it. Alright, spin to win! Kneel, you orcs, kneel! Zollin's gone evil. What are these? Join Zamros today. Parchment left atop a barrel with the encampment of Drushkala draws your attention. Hear now the words of Zamoth the Black Winds. I desire only the very best warriors to crew my ship, Grishul Vash. Do you believe you can stand with Zamos? Many of my crew live and work here in Drushkala. Free up your own spot on my deck by killing these weaklings. Only the strongest deserve to sail with me. Okay, all right. Well, that's a pretty intenseness there. What do I want to do next here? I guess I'm just gonna keep killing orcs. Let me turn on my quest tracker. That's why I got a little lost before. I turned it off. Is that a troll? It's a troll warrior. Fight me, troll. There we go, now I got him on the ground, I'll cut his neck off. Cut his head off. He's very tough, guys. Okay. So, search for slain orcs. Well, there's one. The third mate of the Gorshkol was attacked from the tall grass. These orcs are just murdering each other. Classic, dude. Classic orc behavior. Dude, these guys dual wield, like, so cool. He's got it, like, reverse dual grip on the other one. Oh, got a garnet. All right, let's see, where are the next ones? There's one right near me. Okay, there it is. This low-ranking deckhand of the Gorshavosh was slain in the open. None aided him, because he was a weak scrub. Take this. You guys stand like no chance against me. There's another one. The killer of the second mate, of course, escaped into the water following the deed. Someone murdered him, then swam into the water. So basically, he told everyone to just kill his weaklings in his crew, and then they get a spot. That's so funny. Horrible, evil, but funny from an evil perspective. He's like, I know how to make my troops better. Have people try to murder them. And then I can have them on my team, because that's who I want on my ship. People that murder people for no reason. Crazy orcs. Why do you think they never get anything done? All right, there's one more. Oh, okay. One more spot right here. All right. Let's click this guy. The chief mate of Gushro suffered numerous wounds. His attackers were many. It would appear that at least 4 new orcs have joined the crew of Grishor Lavash. And these are perhaps more bloodthirsty than the sailors they replaced. You quietly give thanks that your own crew of the Wave Hunter was not selected in the orc fashion. You also wonder how Zamus the Blackwind can retain his own position as captain in such an environment. That's what I just said. That's what I just said. Oh man, that's funny. Oh gosh, there's a bunch of hanging guys up there. That's kind of a little dark. Rosades stands alone, aside a familiar figure. We know this elf. We've known this elf for literally years in this game. It's Karudan from Lothlorien.
Look who I found! An unexpected friend!
Corridan tells me that his sister, Signelith, and Kuredwan, the Golden Maiden, are elsewhere in Sug Nidar. The 3 of them followed troubling signs to this place, but now they have laid eyes upon the Song of Waves and Wind. They intend to counter it. If such a thing is possible, together we will do it. We'll do this. All right. Hey, Corridan.
I did not expect to see you here, my friend.
I did not expect to see you here, my friend. It is a welcome surprise. We must each share the paths we have trod to arrive in this place. But quickly, for the days are dangerous and the time is short. I believe the Kindred of the Coins has allied with the Orcs of Mordor and the Empire of Ordok to construct this fleet of warships. Using this fleet, the Song of Waves and Wind, its masters might threaten all of Middle-earth. Yes, definitely.
My sister and I departed Sulmadash after you left with Inkanush and Glorfindel, making once again for Utubur.
Signelith believes we could put the spirit of Silithrath to rest, but alas, we found no sign of her. What we found instead set our course. Wagon tracks, Zollin. Wagon tracks sunk deep into the rocky ground from the weight of the goods they carried. The tracks traveled from the west to the east, and when I convinced my sister we must learn from where they came, my deepest fears were realized. The gods of Ashgar were slain, and the stockpile of Nargnak contained within was gone. Few only knew of the dangerous substances held within Ashgar. Oh my goodness. And only one might command such wagons to transport it away. They were wagons of Tamari design, Zollin. Nasaki Wave Reaper has taken command of this fleet, and Kultek has supplied it with Nargak, the Hungry Fire. We may not yet know their full purpose, but I can make some guesses. That is the bad news. There are good tidings as well. Siglith and I encountered Kuradwan as we followed the road towards Sugnindar. And with her aid, we were able to slip past the border guards. Let us walk to the other side of the river, and we will speak more about what we have learned. Okay, good, it teleported me, thank goodness. Thank you, thank you. Where are we now? Okay, we literally just went, like, literally to the other side of the river. Okay. Ooh, there's the snake again, that's pretty cool.
And so the three of us came to the Fearwater,
where we had worked to sow dissent among the groups that labor to finish the fleet. As a result, each group is now alert to anything suspicious. I'm afraid you will not be able to walk among them without combat any longer, Zollin. I have seen Bakald, the son of Balakor, from afar. He seems to command the corsairs of this place. I know not where Nasaki may be found, but my sister believes she might have established a command post on the island to the southeast. If Kultek is with her, he has remained out of sight. It is also possible he remains in Umbar and arranged for the delivery of Nargak, I think is how you say that, only through his agents. We have arrived outside the haven of Rindar, which seems to be a encampment of the Corsairs loyal to the heirs of Castamere, who have now sworn to it. Oh my gosh, there's so much information that has been tied together in the last 2 minutes of all the storytelling for the last 2 years in this game. Following Balakad, let us search for the camp and see how well supplied the Corsairs are, and if they are ready to sail, then we will meet up on the other side of the Air Sworn camp. Alright, well, if I don't need to be in disguise anymore, Zollin's putting back on his regular gear. Regular gear, okay. Hello, sir. The Air Sworn Corsair? Shouldn't have done that. Okay. He had a quest over his head. Why didn't I get, like, a quest? I would like some of the orc swords as cosmetics. Yeah, it's true. You can get some of them on Monster Play side for orcs. These monkeys are everywhere. They're driving me crazy. Standing by the entrance of the haven of Bakridar, you consider what you can be done to oppose the threat of those who dwell here. You should explore the Corsair encampment and stay alert for anything you can learn. Hey, monkeys. Shh. Stop, you're giving me away. Okay. Zollin doesn't really care. I'd probably take the whole camp anyway. The Air Sworn Corsairs of the haven of Bakridar are eager to fight. You should give it to them. Oh yes, I'll give it to them. Good. Battle axe to the face. What is this? A Corsair supply crate. It's a very interesting supply crate. It's really weird. Like, you have a tiny little lid and this huge deep thing. Like, what's in it? Swords? The crate contains several folded maps showing navigable rivers. Oh, big tall maps. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Okay, that makes sense then. That crate makes sense now. I'm over here making fun of it, and that makes sense. What's this one having it? This crate contains wrapped portions of ship's biscuits. Not my biscuits! Haha, they're mine now. All right. Stealing all of the Corsair's biscuits. Gotta risk it for the biscuit, guys. How many memes can I incorporate today? All right, that guy's done, Zo. Why did that guy go the long way around? That pathing was hilarious. Okay. These guys have like they're no threat to me at all. Oh, I got a gold barrel. Some say barrel, but whatever. Actually, burl is a different, it's a rock. Never mind, that's a different thing. Different thing. It's a barrel. That's awesome. That was some good loot I just got. It's worth like a couple hundred gold. All right, defeated. How are we doing here on time? Okay, we got time. Our kinship has an event in a couple hours, so making sure I'm not losing track of time. I gotta search in a supply crate. These poor guys don't stand a chance. Alright, didn't get lucky that time. Didn't get any good loot out that one. You definitely always want to open those chests because they have some really good loot right now. Alright. You have faced a number of air-sworn corsairs at the havens of Bakridar. But they still seem to remain to crew the ships of the song. You will need to find some other means to prevent the fleet from sailing. Besides just murdering a large chunk of them. Got it. What? Where? Oh, I see. Okay. We just gotta go down there. Explore the air-sworn tents to the north, it says. Huh. I just have one thing and that's it. Is the crate right here? It says the crate, I'm like on top of it. Where's the crate? Oh, there it is. Alright, supply crate. The crate is packed with damp glass jars, currently empty. Oh, for potions? For explosives? For water? I don't know. All right, well, now we need to explore these two tents over here. For some reason, the moment we finished that quest, the other one showed back up on the quest tracker. Not quite sure why. Corsairs here mumble that Bakar is wrong to trust Nisaki. That's the Wave Reaper girl. What's going on here? Corsairs nearby praise the mighty ship Khazad-Dum, the last heir. Okay. It is clear that clear to you that the alliance of your foes assembled in Sonduro is not without its weaknesses. The Airsworn and the Orcs dislike working so closely with each other, and trust between groups is lacking. If you can make use of these rifts, you might benefit from it. All right, sweet. I am running people literally in circles right now while I read things. All right, everyone. You want to have a fight? We can have a fight. We can have a fight. There you go. There's your fight. No! Falls dead. Good news is that actually gives a ton of task items. I do need task items for tournaments, so clearing them out that easy is pretty nice, actually. It's a lot of them. All right. Hey guys, look, I brought a friend.
What are you all doing here?
All right.
What have you learned of the Airsworn Corsairs?
Are they prepared to sail?
You tell Razazi that the Corsairs spend their time in idleness because they're lame, but that the supply crates within the haven of Bak Ridar have much of what they would need to set sail on the ships of the song. They will go nowhere until their leaders tell them to depart. If we put an end to, I think this is her talking, isn't it? Sorry. Nasaki and to Balakad, they will be content to remain here. Has not the fleet lingered here unused for many years?
My study of this camp has revealed to me some things of interest.
The Corsairs support Bakahad. They believe he has picked up the mantle set down by his father Belacor, and yet they think he will lead them to victory over Gondor and over the Ordak Ilalike. They are uncertain of Nasaki's loyalty, and they hate the Orcs. They believe she is the one forcing them to work alongside the creatures, and they resent her for it. Many hope Balakad will break ties with her and seize control of the song for himself. I agree with Razazi. If we can kill or capture these leaders, we will have struck a major blow against those who might wield the Song of Waves and Wind against us.
But we should not get ahead of ourselves. First, we must rejoin my sister and Corridor.
Sigelith intends to make camp on the island that lies to the southeast of here. High atop the rocky place stands the ruins of Kasunhin, and my sister suggests making camp somewhere in its shadow. Kurdwan says the fort once perched atop a hill that was a meeting place for travelers, but that was before the floods claimed the valley. A single bridge stretches to the island, and it will be a long journey to the southeast along the shore to reach it. Find my sister beneath Kasunkin, but take special care as you pass through Starkhaven. That place is surely crawling with Airsworn and Odaki alike. Okay. Hello there, what's up, Ragson? Hello, Stunner, what's up? Welcome to the stream, guys. We are blowing through a ton of story, and right now I get to travel and look at the ships, I guess. So make your way to the island on which stands the ruins of Kasunin to find Sigelith. We have run back into our Lothlorien elf friends. Look at all those ships. Oh man. So this is the new threat. This is kind of a spoiler, but this is the same story I'm doing, guys. So the Song of Waves and Wind. It was a fleet. How clever of them. So this valley actually, when those evil sorcerers did all those spells that awoke the Sarduth, which are the evil undead servants who used to serve Morgoth, not Sauron, Morgoth. Make sure we have the. So they're really a big evil. They destroyed this valley, and the river flooded it into a lake. So they turned it into a port. Sauron did this, not Morgoth. Sauron, and commissioned a fleet to be built, and this is before he was destroyed. So this has been being built for. Said before that guy was born, so I would assume like 70 years. That guy looked like he was like 50. maybe a little bit less. I don't know, something like that. But you can see there's a lot of ships out there. So the new threat is there's a complex thing going on, which you might have just heard me read, but there's a complex amount of storylines coming together right now from the last 2 years of this game, the last 2 big expansions. Actually, the last 4 years of this game, because it's like every 2 years they do a big expansion, 2 or 3. Pretty much, we know what the Song of Waves of Wind is now. Ooh, Stockhaven. Oh, it's like a total city. Oh my gosh. But yeah, we're gonna take camp on this little island here. Wadaki soldier. Maybe she won't see me if I walk past her. She's like, I didn't see anything. My goat is so swift. You're not entering the Fearwater. Look at that ship. Dude, look at it. It's got a giant snake. That's so cool. This is crazy. So the issue is that these ships are going to be used to attack Gondor again. And we know that Gondor is very, very vulnerable at the moment because the battle just happened of the Return of the King, right, Book? So our goal is to, if we can't destroy the ships, at least stop the fleet from sailing right now by beating up their leaders, because they're all being held together by loose loyalties. Very loose. Make your way. Oh, they're actually on that island. Okay, well, can I swim it? We dwarves are natural sprinters and also natural swimmers. Very short distances. That's a pretty long distance. Can I swim in this water? I assume I can. That sounds like a pain. I'm gonna ride my. Oh, they're coming down. They're coming down to meet me. Well, I'm going back up. They're like, no, get him. All right, my goat is gonna have to really show its quality today, guys. Come on, you can do it, goat. You can do it. You can do it. No, oh, good goat, good. Uh-oh. I'm probably gonna find some glitchy spot. Maybe not. Okay. Good. Oh, no, no! Ah! Ow, ow. Maybe I can get up from the water down here. Anyway. All right. I'm sure there's a spot to get up. They usually always leave little ramps. Don't mind me, mister. He's like, is that a dwarf swimming in the water in full body armor? What is that? He's like, I can't, whatever. These ships are huge. The scale of it, swimming by it. Dang. Oh man, these ships are no joke. I want to kind of get on board here. He's like, you're not allowed to get on this ship. Aha, I'm going to beat you up and then I'm going to claim the orcs did it. For all of you. All right, let's see. Dude, look at these things. They've got like snakes all over them. Are they carved out of wood? It looks like it's carved out of wood. And they got some like gems for the eyes. That's kind of cool. Wow. Let's turn up the ambiance because it sounds pretty cool. Music's really quiet. I'm gonna turn it up. It reminds me if the music gets way too loud for you guys, but I'm gonna turn it up for now. It's like really, really quiet here. The snake on the front bow looks so cool though. Look at the snake. Can I get an angle on it? This is where I wanted to have the... Kind of hard to get an angle on it from this spot. Wow, there's the fang. That's cool. Dang. Hello, what's up, Farin? What's up, you guys? Welcome to the stream. All right. Continuing on. So we got to sneak through this shipyard. Oh, look, they're building more, too. That's crazy. Alright, so these are the threats now to Gondor that we need to try to eliminate. I'm gonna walk through this area. Hey guys, how's it going? What? Where's that dwarf? Get him! I'm sure you have no mounts that are as fast as my goat. My goat is the best goat. Isn't it amazing? Alright, so we're just gonna kind of run through the city here. I'm getting a little bit of, like, frame loss slightly. I'm not sure why. Oh, I'm sitting in... Yeah, I mean... I had 80 frames, and now I've got... Well, it's going between, like, 50 and 80, so it's not terrible. Okay. Stark Haven. Tony Stark? Or, like... The Starks from Game of Thrones? No, I'm just kidding. No, different Starks. Oh, okay. No Iron Man here? Wow, this is like a full-blown... This city is huge, actually. Oh my gosh. Hopefully I can just kind of go along the docks here. People can try to chase me all they want, losers! You'll never catch me on foot! Ouch! Whew! You gotta really travel a lot through this. This is a huge port city. Look at that ancient fortress of Sauron. Oh, some other players. Oh, look at all the seagulls. Dang, look at them all. So many seagulls. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of seagulls. Holy moly! Several hundred up there. It's very, very real. As someone who lives by actual boatyards. They're everywhere. You can't get away from them. All right, we're almost there. Whew, what a ride. They clearly wanted us to see how big the city was to give us a feel for the story. So I kind of appreciate it the other time they teleported us across the river just to make it easier. But this one they kind of wanted us to actually like go through and see the different combinations. And it clearly looks like there's like differences of different times, right? Like these look like they're things from Mordor, where like those older buildings look like they're from a better time. So there's like a mix of architecture, which is really kind of cool. All right, let's see, this way. I think I'm going the right way. I hope so. All right, we're out the east gate. Apparently that's the ruins that they want to encamp in. Seems kind of scary to camp in ruins like that, but we'll find out. I don't know what's exciting my dogs so much. They're barking so loud in the other room. All right, here's the bridge. Standing by the banner, you know you will be very exposed when you seek to cross the bridge of Ordak constructed. You should be careful. When you have stepped onto the bridge and begin to cross, look for threats. Okay. Whoop! Looking. Nidar is filled with ships of the song, but the fleet remains motionless. No one aboard the ships seemed to have yet noticed your presence on the bridge, except for all those people I ran by on the dock. You should continue onwards and think things over when you have reached the middle of the bridge. Yes, because everyone knows to stop and think in the middle of a bridge. It's such a good thing to do. The music is like so much softer in this area. It's so funny. Normally the music is like too loud, and I feel like in this area they were like, okay, we're gonna tone this down. All right, we think for a moment. This is a very nice bridge. Yes, yes, indeed. Still, the ships of the song remain where they are. Still, the fleet fails to approach your position. Your mind wanders, and you contemplate the island at the end of the bridge.
Once this land was covered with a short, grassy, and small shrubs. Herdsmen drove their flocks of grazing animals beside the steep hill on which was built the city of Khazad-Dum. But that all changed with the coming of Ordach and the Din of Stone, which is the cataclysmic earthquake that happened, basically. The drowning of the plains caused the vast lake of Sug-Nidar, the Fear Water, to form, and the hilltop became an island. Years later, the Ordach constructed this bridge high above the old floor of the plains to provide access to the ruins. You wonder if they ever think of what the land must have been before their arrival, and decide they likely do not. You should continue onward and listen for anything out of the ordinary once you have reached the end of the bridge. Listen. You listen for any sign of danger, but aside from the whistling of the wind and the crickets, as it passes among the stones of Kasutin high above, you hear nothing. You have crossed the long bridge without incident, but the crews of the fleets are not expecting anyone to come so far into Sug-Nidar. You resolve to make them pay for their oversight. Oh, it's a little dark. How dare they not notice me? Now I'm gonna make them all pay. Okay, so we're gonna ride to the top here. Anyway, that was some cool storytelling. I'm glad I saw the flag. Kind of added some good story stuff. Oh, I just spilled tea all over my thing here. The good news is I have a little cover on my keyboard, so it should be easy to clean up. But the part that I'm not so happy about is that I got it on my mic boom stand. So at least it wasn't on the mic or on the part that felt easy to clean up then. Okay, almost done. Excuse the interruption to our story. Okay. I'm gonna have to clean this better probably later with water so that it doesn't get sticky. Yes, this shield did a wonderful job. No tea on my keyboard. Hurrah! So I got this little plastic cover that I can take off and wash that I leave over the keyboard. It got a little hard. It was hard to get used to at first because, you know, it gives a little bit of extra click pressure. But it has kept my keyboard really nice and clean, which I like to stay things to be clean. Okay, continuing on. The music got a lot louder again. Did you notice that? It went from being, like, not very loud to, like, really loud again. So we're going to bring it back down to a reasonable level here. We're almost to the top where the encampment will be. I'm liking the architecture. Yeah, no, the architecture is fantastic. Also, there's a lookout here. I should end them all. Come to me! They're like, get him, man! No more lookouts. No witnesses. Okay. I love my 70% movement speed. I think they're gonna... So, normally you get 50% movement speed in tank tree. And I have a feeling they're gonna buff the Red Guardian's damage, which is great. But I think they said they were gonna make Brutal Charge only 50% movement speed instead of 70. I'm kind of like, why such a random nerf? Doesn't make sense. I love moving that fast. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they won't change it. I think it said that in the notes though. So again, 50-20%, not the end of the world. It's 50% is still really fast for that short period of time. But I think they're still going to give me the 10% damage and the because like right now this is what it does.
I get 70% movement speed. I get 10% melee damage for 26 seconds because of my legendary item. The first attack, the first attack target you attack will be knocked down for 5 seconds, 28-second duration. Automatically critical on your first attack after initiating charge, 28 seconds too. That's a minute cooldown. So this is awesome. I hope the only thing they're going to change is the 50%. If they like remove the 10% melee damage or make it where you can't do the critical with one of your AoEs or, you know, things like that, or a knockdown, I might be a little salty about that one. Unless they move it into something else, and I can still do it again. Because one thing they removed from Guardians back in the day was they removed the ability up to the King to have a chance to open a Fellowship Maneuver. But then they gave guards in tank mode the ability to always open a Fellowship Maneuver. So it was like, okay, I guess I can... The thing is, though, the trait trees are very different. DPS is very different than a tank. It's basically a different class. So when they move something from one tree to another tree, it sometimes kind of feels bad because it's like, yeah, but if you don't play red line or you don't play blue line, it doesn't matter then, right? So it would be nice if DPS Guardian had a chance to open Fellowship Maneuvers with it to the King again. That would be a nice little add back, because it seems like they're kind of like doing a revert slightly. I noticed with the with tanking in general, and then also the guard with the red guard and stuff. It seems like they're kind of like putting stuff back how it kind of used to be. In some ways, like the parry response is going to open these two abilities. Breach and Whirlwind, they're going to go back to their old terms, Whirlwind and parry something. And they're going to be opened with that again. And they're going to buff Force Open to actually do good damage again, and it'll help you get that going. So they're kind of like opening up making the DPS guard how it used to be a few years ago, which is okay. I just hope most other things are going to be left, the new stuff. But the brutal charge, I think they should just leave it at 70%. But maybe they were talking about the other thing, but I think they said they're going to set it to 50%, I think is what they said, but I'm not sure. I guess we could double check right now, couldn't we? We could, Precious. We could check right now, since I'm talking about it. All right, let's talk to Sigilth, though, first.
Welcome to Sugnidar. I have taken
Zollin.
this campsite from the soldiers who made it.
It's scary.
I have named it Fearwater Notch, and it is now mine. Should they return, they will not live long enough to inform anyone of our presence here. These others dislike the Ordaki as much as we do, and have offered their services to us. For now, they have my trust. Did my brother tell you that we encountered Kuradwan on the road to this place? She has gone down to the water northeast of here, intending to perform an investigation of some sort. I pressed her, not on the subject, but what I understood from her mumblings and musings was that she hoped to find some means to sinking the song to the bottom of the lake. You should see if the Golden Maiden found success. Such a thing would be very helpful to us.
Oh, she's gonna try to sink it? That would solve the problem. Just have a water spirit sink it. Will she be able to do that, though? That is the question. I want to quickly do something real fast. Give me a second, guys, because now I'm curious. I'm gonna double check what I read, because I told you guys all this info, and you're probably like curious now. You're like, what are they doing, the Guardian? Where did I put it? I put it in information, patch it, there it is. Okay, copy this link, paste this link here. All right, let's see. All right, Guardian. So the war chant radius is going to been increased to 12 meters from 10, but the anthem will no longer give you the regular radius, so it's a nerf, because the regular radius right now is 20.2 meters, but what they're talking about is the war. I don't want to go into like a full thing about the Red Guardian right now, but where's Anthem? This one, Anthem, increases the number of targets affected by it, but they're going to take away the 100% range. So it'll still hit more targets, which is good, but it won't give the 100% range increase. So again, it normally was 10 meters, and that makes it 20. So what they did is they took off the 100%, and they added 2 extra meters. So they wanted it 12. They're trying to keep all aggro abilities between like 10 and 12 meters, I noticed. I think they're going to be nice, and they're going to keep challenge at a comfortable, when you're in tanking, it's 14. So they get a little bit of a bonus because tank, you know, guards is kind of their main thing they do. They should have some bonuses there. But yeah, so they're working on this. So charge now has on next attack, successful melee skill hit, remove changes effects. So does that mean? Does that mean they're just going to remove both of the crit and the other thing? I kind of hope not. That would be kind of disappointing and lame. But there's a bunch of buffs here. They're doing something that's really awesome, too, because it's really annoying that you have to do, you have to hit Sting and then Overwhelm to proc the next bleed, and then you have to Sting again, and then sweep, all these things. They're making it where Overwhelm just applies it now, I believe, and they made Hemorrhage, Brutal Assault just bleeds automatically, just doesn't do the buff anymore. So they're going to have a lot faster damage output, and they're going to be able to put their bleeds on faster, which is going to be great, because I hated that about Red Guards. I've always not liked that when they changed that. So they're going to make it easier in that way. Where is the thing, though? Charge in the Keen Blade becomes Virtuous Charge. Increase speed by 50%. See, so that they're gonna put it to 50 instead of 70. So increases melee skill damage by 50% on the next successful melee hit. Removes change effects. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. Well, so we don't automatically get a crit now, though? So I guess it's going to be 50%, and it's going to increase your melee skill to 50% on the next successful melee hit. So instead of all the things we just looked at, it's going to give plus 50% melee damage, but it's only to one skill. It's not for the whole duration. That would be insane if it was the whole duration. It's one skill. Which, I mean, if you naturally have a high crit chance and you get a crit anyway, now it does 50% more damage because of the charge. So it could still really bump up your DPS if they keep the cooldown lower. Force Open has increased damage slightly and reduced cooldown. That'll be awesome because, again, they're going back into the other version of the old Guardian. And this is a really interesting one, and I'm going to finish after this, okay? I promise. Protection by the Sword is now a single target toggle. Target gains 5% chance to parry and partial parry. When the target of Protection by the Sword parries, and within 20 meters of the Guardian gains an effect to critically strike on the next melee skill play. So this is very interesting because this is kind of revolving them more into they have a really good support skill that they could probably put on whoever's tanking if they're DPSing, which is cool. So, or anyone. But really what you probably want to do is you want to put this onto the tank if you're a DPS guard in a raid or something. And then it gives them a much higher chance to parry. I mean, an extra 5% chance to parry and that's a lot. And I'm sure that scales on top of the cap. So that would be really, really good for another guard or a captain or whoever's a brawler, whoever's tanking. And then when they do when the target parries within 20 meters of the Guardian gets the effect critical strike on the next melee skill. Now, does it have a cooldown? Because if it doesn't have a cooldown, this is an insane buff, even though they took away from charge, because that means that every time they get a parry skill, and your next skill is going to automatically critical strike. That will increase the Guardian's DPS massively. I have a feeling there will probably be a cooldown, but even if the cooldown's like 5 seconds, which would be a reasonable cooldown, that's still insane. You're giving whoever's tanking a 5% more chance to parry, and you're getting automatic crits all the time. You'll get more than just one automatic crit. So now your charge will give you an extra 50% damage, right, for that duration, for your next hit, and it still give you 50% run speed, but you'll automatically always get that crit still. Now, the thing that's a little bit sad is I was joking about the whole knocking people down, making, bow before me, la la la, as a joke. I think that's going to be totally removed, which is kind of like, that kind of doesn't feel so good. I really like that on the thing. Unless they're going to leave that one, they're just removing the crit chance. But I think it said pretty much right here that on next melee skill hit, remove changes effects. That tells me that I think what they're going to do is they're going to just remove both of the effects, the knockdown effect and the automatic or critical strike effect. I think they should leave down the knockdown effects because it doesn't work on bosses anyway. It's only a regular stun. That's really cool. There's no point to remove that. Come on, guys. So, anyway, but it sounds like to me mostly, even though there's some shifting going on with skills, the Red Guard is going to be doing a lot of damage. A lot more damage. I'm hoping that, like, that it'll be a legit thing you could take in a raid. Now, again, that is going to nerf Red Guards a little bit on the Moors, like PvP, because you have your solo. But, I mean, if you're playing with someone else and you give them the parry chance, right, and you're getting the automatic crit occasionally, it might be really good in PvP. So, really got to play it before we know either way. So, anyway, I'm done with my lecture. Thanks for being here, everyone. I hope they didn't run everybody off. I wanted to talk about that right now before I forgot, because I'm not going to make a full video on that until it comes out, and I can cover the Red Guard, and I'll probably make a new guide video on it once I've practiced with it. And honestly, they might adjust it. They might go, yeah, we didn't like what we did, or people don't like it, you know. You found Cure to 1 by standing by things, so they might put stuff back, or maybe they'll put the knockback back on the skill, something like that. We'll see. A shrunken low boat. Okay.
I see you found your way here. Have you brought the wizard Inkanush with you?
He will be most interested to hear what I have learned. You tell Kurdwan that, regretfully, Inkanush remains behind when you came in search of the Song of Waves and Wind, but you are also interested to hear of her discovery. Kurdwan motions at the submerged boat. After you and Inkanush left Solmadash, my steps took me to Levareth, and the Kinte Shadaleth spoke to me of her experimentation with the Lag Davrit. She told me that you helpfully provided a number of blight samples, Zollin, but when you added them to the water— oh, the bucket thing at the beginning! In time, they damaged the integrity of the bucket and held it. The wooden slats of the bucket fell apart, spilling the water onto the ground. I have done the same with this rowboat I found moored alongside this island. In a matter of moments, a small sample of blight has damaged the seals that held together this boat, causing it to take on water and sink. Most curious. I am ready to return to Fearwater Notch. If you are, my investigations here is complete, and I see a means to destroy the fleet. These enemies of the natural order think we to wield against the Kinte and other people of Shanaga. Excuse me, it's Shagana. Su-Nidar may yet become a watery grave for the Song of Waves and Wind. You're a little scary for a Maiar. Yeah, but if we release those things, couldn't it get into the water supply and then, like, infect the entire valley? Right? I don't know. That seems like kind of a scary use of that fungus that supposedly came from under the earth that destroyed the whole Kinte's forest. It's like, yeah, let's put it on all these ships and they'll sink into the water and then it'll infect the entire lake. Is there some way to not infect the entire lake? I don't know. That seems a little risky. It's risky, Precious. It's risky. Oh, Sigillith!
Has Kuridwan found what she sought?
Zollin, you briefly relate what you understand of the Golden Maiden's discovery and its potential use for sinking the warships before they depart to the Fearwater. Jump back 5-10 minutes ago before I started my little speech about Red Guardians and talking about the changes. When I made a comment that there's a river spirit that can sink everything, there is no river spirit here. We were talking about the Golden Maiden. She is a Maiar, not a river spirit. I make a little correction there. Just throw that out there. I thought someone else, another character was here. I mean of utilizing the blight to destroy the Song of Wave and Winds. Let us hope she is right, for our sake and for all of Middle-earth. But it is not enough to sink the ships. We must also combat the crews, here mustered, and the leaders who drive them to war.
Together, we may yet defeat the schemes of Nakasi and Balakad, but it will not be easy.
Aid each of our companions with the tasks they choose for themselves, and together we may be able to ensure the Song of Waves and Winds can never leave Sub-Nidar. Okay, what do you need to do?
The Song of Waves and Winds would be dangerous enough by itself.
But Nasaki
has armed it with terrifying weapons.
I know not from long. Kultak has been working in search with her, but he had his eye upon the stockpile of hungry fire from the moment we discovered it within Agashgir. Did he wait until you traveled into Murgala with Inkanush and Glorfindel to give the command to his underlings to transport the this one gets me every time. Nagak to Sun Nidar. The timing is no longer matters. What matters to us now is that we prevent the song from being equipped with weapons capable of using hungry fire against the enemies. There must be a workshop of some kind within Starkhaven where such weapons can be assembled. Let us search for it among the bridges and Starkhaven on the western shores of the Fearwater. If we can destroy stockpile, these weapons will stand empty and unused.
I never expected to use the Blight for a good purpose. But this is truly a day for surprises.
Some of my mysteries, the Plague, Imular, and Agadgim, have been made clear to me now that I see what has transpired within the Fearwater. For many years, I believe the floods cascading into Agadgim from the north were caused when the spring rains overfed the Ikorban River, but it was not so. The Ordaki dredged an old tributary channel, carving a path south from Sun Nidar. Now the floods that might have destroyed their wares were instead spilling upon Agadgim. Already suffering from the blight was the extent of the Lag Dadrint, worsened by these annual floods and the Nossum bog to which they contributed. It must have been. But now I have need of the blight to counter this Ordaki fleet, and its pervasive reach will be of use to us. Pods of these blights push into Sognidar from Agadgim, and they have taken root within a narrow vale just outside the eastern entrance to Starkhaven, not far from the long bridge that leads to this land. Take this sack and trowel and collect samples of the blight pods for me while you combat some of the creatures that even now push into Sugnidar. I will meet you outside the blighted place once you have done this. I still think that's not a very safe idea. Sure, you'll kill the fleet, but it'd be really bad if everybody else was destroyed at the same time.
Starkhaven swarms with Airsworn corsairs and soldiers of Ordach.
But Nasaki's command, they will board the ships and sail to the war. I trust in Kurduan's plan, but even if the fleet of Song are made unable to sail, these enemies will remain to threaten or come. My eyes are getting a little tired. I'm trying. Sorry, guys. Ikorban Valley and my home of Ambaru. Even a single sword can inflict great injury, Zollin. Let us defeat these foes and wrest them from the blades. Then we will dump them into the water on the northeast shore of this island and ensure they cannot be wielded again against the peaceful residents along the river, should the Golden Maiden's plan prove unsuccessful. Oh, I think it'll work. I think it will work just fine. Alright, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Hope you're having a good time. Let's see. So this one is help their 3 causes. So I'm going to remove that off the tracker because we have the 3 quests. So these are the ones we need to do. So let's run to the other side of this island. I think we actually might need to beat these guys up. Let's see. Alright, let's enjoy the wonderful knockdown effects. Alright, combo and everyone kneel! Yeah, if they remove the stun, that would be kind of a nerf a little bit. That's kind of rough for the Red Guard. That's really, really fun in not only in PvP but in just every. It feels very like central to the DPS guard, that knockdown stun on their charge. So it was something they gave kind of special to Guardians, which, you know, a lot of other people had really good things. Like Champions were so good with their charge and stuff. Though they kind of nerfed up the Champions charge recently too. They also, it's weird. It balanced it because they buffed it where it has a really fast cooldown now, but they also made it really, really, really short, which is weird. Kind of weird. I think that they probably could revert that and make it a little. I don't think I would make it as short as they made it. Those were the guys we had to beat up, though, so that's good. That's all right. Usually everything with updates comes out pretty good in the end with what they do with balancing. And they have, we know this, they have done stuff that people didn't like, and they've reverted it or they've changed it again. So it's not like it's like set in stone forever, you know, with how they set things up. So, you know, you're the community. You guys voice your opinion. No pun intended. I try to be a voice for our Voice of the Rings community and the people here that are LOTR fans for things we think. So, in fact, the other day I gave my suggestions on the main forum from about 30 people that I had talked to, or more, on things that they liked or disliked. I try to be very fair about my coverage of things, though. I don't like to just be a complainer. But there are things to complain about that are rightfully so. Obviously, the devs need to hear what we like or dislike as a community, obviously. And there's things you have to balance for people who do raiding, right? Like really hardcore raiding all the time. And then there's things you have to do where the majority of the bulk players like or dislike too. So it has to be a balance between those two things, right? And I'm in both of those groups, so I get it both ways, right? Let's see here. Who is this person right here? There we go. All right, we got everybody we need, so we can dump the weapons down there. We could dump the weapons last, though, so why don't we cross these bridges? Oop, 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 oop. Look at all those ships. That's crazy. Look at that. That's a cool shot right there, actually. With the how's that for a cool shot? It's pretty cool. You guys can see the water just moving, right? All right. Someone just sent me, family member sent me a really good picture. Sorry, I got distracted. All right, back to what we're doing. All right. To do a very funny picture, mind you. Try to get it down. All right. Let's get off this island if we can. I don't think we have to be up here at all. This is just probably a waste of our time to be up here. Oh, look at all the little bridges. Oh, excuse me, sir. Don't bother me. I am a dwarf. I'm not digging a hole today, which is surprising. But I am digging a hole for my enemies. Just kidding. You guys like, but you're not digging a hole. Can I make that jump? All right, we need to go down that bridge down there. Oh no! Rolls down. Oh gosh. It froze. Does that mean I died? Yes, it does. Why can I not revive for free? Oh no! This whole thing is an instance location? Which means you probably can't come back in it later. Darn. Well, at least it's being documented as we play with the stream, right? To see it. Oh wait, the revive spot is here? Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to remember that. That is gonna become a nuisance if I die far away. Okay, good to know. Well, at least we know now instead of later, where we're far, far away from this point. We're gonna dump all these weapons into the water.
This is a good spot.
To dispose of the sores you gathered, and the water will erode the sharpness of the blades, rendering them unusable by our foes.
Unless they sharpen them later, I guess, but alright. Disposing of the swords. Haha, take that, you swords. Wait, I have to keep clicking it over and over? How many swords do I have? Shouldn't I, like, throw them deeper? Wave farewell to the weapons. Why am I waving farewell to the weapons? Goodbye, you silly weapons.
You amuse me, my friend.
Oh, I see. I was trying to make her laugh. Got it. All right. Of course. Now the heirs sworn corsairs and the soldiers of Ordach will find it more difficult to threaten the peaceful lands downriver. Should Curdwan plan not succeed, I hope it will, but we must plan for anything. This is a lesson of my mother, Girhazi, and of the great hero, Sugunin. I feel that her efforts are admirable, but insignificant. Not to be mean, but we just threw out like 16 swords. There's literally like thousands of enemies in this valley with swords. So, though I guess if every single player is doing that, just kidding. Just the logic of the quest being done over and over by every player. Over time, they'd run out. All right, so now I need to finish the other two things. So, I also am gonna have to turn on my AC, I think. It's a little warm in me. Getting warm in my room here. Oh yeah, we've gone from a nice 68 degrees in my room to a nice 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's getting a little toasty. I always feel it right when it hits about 80. I'm starting to go, woo! Because it's really warm under my computer. It's even hotter than that. So all the lights and everything, it starts getting hotter and hotter. All right. Well, I'm glad we did another series here because this is a long story quest. I really would like to try to get this done. I would like to do it today. Let's see. How much time do I have left for this stream? If I go right up to our events, I've got an hour and 40 minutes, but I probably need a break. So I've got like just over an hour that we can keep going here. Oh, another player. It's a dwarf of dwarves. All right, so the blight samples. How do we get up to the blight samples? Probably around the corner down here. This guy's doing the exact same thing I'm doing. He's like, where are the blight samples? We shall ride to the blight samples together, sir. I think you need to go up right here. Oh, maybe he's not doing the blight samples. Ah, look. The blighted nook. This is like a bookstore, but not. All right. You know what? I'm going to just summon everything. Everything to me! To me! Come fight me, you evil cowards. Okay, there we go. There we go. And spin the wind! Whee! All right, they've all been slain. This is good. All right, collect the samples. All right. Pod of the Blight. I still don't think it's a good idea to introduce the blight into the lake, which goes down the main river into the beautiful valley that is not contaminated by the blight, because won't they just contaminate the entire valley? I think Curdwan might be trying to fix a problem with like a grenade when there are innocent people around. Probably shouldn't throw a grenade. But she's a Meyer, so she knows what she's doing. You know what I'm happy about, too? Guardians are going to keep Relentless Fury. They didn't say anything about removing Relentless Fury. And Relentless Fury is one of our huge damage increasers. So I'm really excited to see that with the new updates, with the parry thing giving us a natural crit all the time instead of just one crit every 1 minute. So Brutalist Charge will give you an automated crit every 1 minute, but that's going to be removed. But now, if you got already high crit chance, because Guardians have super awesome scaling things, they can get their crit up really fast. So they crit a lot, more than other people, because they can get like, it's like 40% crit or something. If you have your crit all the way max and then you're getting the stacks from your redline passive. I see real potential that the Red Guardian could be a real DPS in raids. So I can't say it yet until I've tested it. I think there was some potential with it right now, but it was really, really hard and you still were way under. So I think they're going to make it where...
Have you done as I asked?
It might be good. I still think it'll probably have some similar weaknesses though, like doing the wrong skills will slow your DPS down, but I'll make that in my new guide video when the update comes out. Have you done as I asked? Thank you, Zollin. When you handle this with care, such samples of these may prove that even evil has its uses. For it is the song of waves and wind can be made unseaworthy. Then even the lag Darit may save lives. I will continue my work, applying the blight to the water by the ships of the song. In time, no vessel will remain afloat, and the design of Ordach in Mordor will be ruined. Siglith is right that the leaders must be captured or slain to truly end this threat. But singing the song is an important step on the road. Thank you again for your efforts.
I'm absolutely glad to help, ma'am.
Alright, so last thing we have to do is go and capture the guy's name that I keep saying wrong. Nargak. That guy. See, when Sauron was defeated, we stole his helmet. Just kidding. Now Zollin has it in his room. I'm gonna have to ride all the way to the other side. That's a little rough. Gotta say, I wish there was like a teleport or something. This is a very cool city, though. We'll do a little ride through here for a minute. Here. Give you a cinematic look at it, since later we might not be able to get in here. Unless we like can repeat the story. Is there a way up over here? I sure hope so. And there sure is. A fast ride to the city. It's kind of fun to see the first person perspective when you're riding your mount in this game. I'm just trying not to make you guys feel sick, though, turning too fast, because that's the thing that can get a little, you know, like too quick on the flip, flip, flip. It can get a little sickening. Let me double check that I am going in the right direction. Yep. We're good. I have to stop and admire the architecture for a moment. It's too cool. Wow, look at that. It's a big thing to open up to let the ships through. That's cool. Now wait, is that the... Hold on, where is that located? Oh, it's how they let the floodwaters in. Or out. Oh, into Adagim. That's how they're that's the water they were talking about. They're dumping the water out with this thing to raise or lower this. Oh, and that's why there's blight right here, because Adagim is right below it. This is the blight. Oh, okay, okay. So they're dumping water out into Adagim. That's why everything's flooded into swamps. Oh, I get it now. So I think there are some natural swamps to begin with, but a lot of added game is way more swampy now than it used to be, and the elves are trying to figure that out. I think that's the... Okay. All right. You think they would have figured that out a little sooner. No, I'm just kidding. That's kind of cool, though, actually. That makes sense now in the story. It is weird that there's so little people in here. I guess it is night in the game, but... Like, because the other cities are just packed with, like, NPCs. Of course, the people that live here, there's probably not actually, like, people that actually live here. This is mostly, the army that are here for these ships. You can see all the seagulls. You see all the seagulls, like, they look like little moving stars. That's pretty cool. Whoa, 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 boys. Leave me alone! What did I ever do to you besides try to sink your whole fleet? That's cool. Alright, is the boss around here? I missed him. I'm gonna turn on my ace. Oh, look at the mummy kill. Tusks. So he's right around here. You found the Nargak workshop in the Stark. Alright, I can destroy these things, but for a moment, I'm gonna let you guys admire this thing while I turn on my AC. Yeah, you can admire the town from it with the beautiful stars. Let me turn this on real quick. No, I'm being attacked! Not now! I'm trying to turn my AC on. What do you think you're doing? One shot. Yeah, I shouldn't have messed with the dwarf. Alright. Alright, AC's on. We're good. We can keep going here. So, we need to talk to Khazad-Dum and destroy... Okay. Examine this. The weapons is used to launch Nargak through the air with explosive force. Yeah, yep, the explosives got it. Okay. Cannon sketches. These are... An engineer of Ordok bellows with rage and attacks. Why is the engineer fully armored and ready for war? The engineer perishes attempting to reach a nearby marked barrel. Marked barrel. What's marked on the barrel? That's a huge one behind it. Oh my gosh. The barrel is empty, but there are traces of the stuff. Okay. What is it called again? So that's not a person, that's a stuff. I totally didn't even realize that. Nargak. Oh my gosh, that's a big barrel. This is what they should have used for bomber. The barrel is also empty of Nargak and stands up. Khazad-Dum arrives. I have made it. An unpleasant discovery, friend. While I search for Nargak stockpile, I was surprised by a number of air-sworn corsairs, and it came to fighting. But they were not content to engage in combat with their blades alone, and they threw glass jars containing a small quantity of an oily substance at me. I evaded this attack with little difficulty. Am I not an elf of Lorien? But when the jar shattered upon the ground, it exploded with blue flame. Some of the Balakad's corsairs had been given jars of Nargak to use in battle, Zollin. We must retrieve these jars from them. Afterwards, let us meet back here. That's awesome. Hello there, sir. That is really cool that they're doing that because the Corsairs have always had explosive flaming things they had in the story originally. So it's kind of cool that they're showing like how they got some versions of it. Destroy stockpiles. Okay. Where do I find these so-called stockpiles? That's not a very helpful indicator for stockpiles. They're just anywhere. I'll turn floating names on and see what I can do. Or does it just kill any Corsair? Is that what I'm understanding? This guy's already got it down. I think it's just kill any Corsair. Oh yeah. Good thing he was there. I read it again. I was like, wait. Oh, just kill Corsairs? What's that guy doing down there? Come up here and fight me. Baruch Khazad! Alright, there we go. We need one more. You're our first target. He's like, what? Oh, her. Sorry. I apologize, ma'am. Don't worry. I don't discriminate. Ha ha! Alright, there we go. We got... Oh, that didn't count. Alright, well, you're useless. Alright, next person. You! Take this! That one didn't count either. Or Darky Soldier, maybe? Maybe I have to go back and find the same. Maybe these guys don't count. Maybe it's only the other type of soldier. What did I kill before? Let's look in combat later. Yeah, these ones are not counting. Okay, we'll go back and we'll kill another one near the workshop. When in doubt, just go back to where the other ones spawn. Problem solved. Does this Ordaki soldier have anything? Oh, those are Ordaki, so maybe, let's see. Maybe this guy will count. Man, excuse me again. I don't know, it's hard to notice when you guys are in full body armor. They don't count though. Killing them for no reason. It says Corsairs. Maybe they have to have the name Corsair in their name. Maybe I'm just killing Ordaki soldiers and that's the problem here. We can just wait for these other ones to respawn that were right here. Let's see, are any of these guys Corsairs around the corner here? Seems like this man has also had to go far and wide to find Ordaki soldier. I don't think these will count because they say Ordaki. I think that's what's happening. Yeah, it didn't count. Okay, I think it needs to say Corsair. We'll just wait a second, and any of the guys that respawn over here, we'll kill. I'm sure their respawn times aren't, like, astronomical or anything. In that time, what we will do is do some entertainment. I gotta turn combat sounds up, though. We're gonna have entertainment. Alright, music down, in-game music down. Combat sounds all the way up, because for some reason this is how that does that. There we go. Hello, it's Unicorn of Death. Hello over there. Just watching the Fellowship. I need a game that scratches the Lord of the Rings spot. Well, this is a great game. I definitely think if you want one of the best Lord of the Rings games of all times, probably LOTRO. There's a lot of good Lord of the Rings games over the last 25 years, right? 20 years. But Lord of the Rings Online is top 3. I would say things that are really good games of different genres are like the Battle for Middle-earth. And Shadows of Mordor games are really fun to play. The lore is hideously ridiculous, but it's funny, so it's really fun to play. So I'd say they're good Lord of the Rings games. Don't watch them for lore. Play them for lore accuracy. And then of course you have the movie games like the Two Towers, Return of the King. Those games were awesome on GameCube and PlayStation 2. Those were so good. I'm trying to think. There's a couple others I know I'm forgetting right now. There's a couple really old ones like The Hobbit and stuff that were really fun, but really, really older. They're from the like beginning of 2000s or something. I didn't play those. I was too young. And then what's the other one that I Return to Moria is a fantastic game. If you like the survival genre game, we've been covering that on the channel. Return to Moria is an amazing game. There's like 4 other ones. There's some old ones you can't really play without the right device. There's like the Third Age, which was cool back in the day. I have some of them right here. The Lord of the Rings Conquest was a fun game. That was a fun game. Those were kind of like fun side games, though. They were like play for just the gameplay. It wasn't really. It felt Lord of the Rings-ish, but it was kind of like that genre only. Yeah, LOTRO is the one to go to, though. Okay, yeah. See, Corsair. Okay, that's why the other ones weren't counting. It has to be a Corsair. That's what I thought. All right. The combat sounds are all the way up, you guys. Combat and sound effects. How loud are they? Tell me. They're really loud. You can hear the metal hitting their armor. Ching, ching, ching. Which is quite satisfying, actually. There is a quest over here.
Did you separate the bottles of Najak from their bearers?
Good, for I had done the same. I also found a stack of parchment within an encampment of the Ordaki. I think the soldiers knew not what to make of these papers. They are yellowed with age, and when we have finished here, I will take some time to study them. We found not the stockpile we sought, but I think we discovered the reason for that. The Hungry Flame has already been loaded onto the ships for the song, and any excess considered unnecessary for their siphons and cannons have been given the Airsworn. It is more necessary than ever that we prevent the song from setting sail. May Cordwan have the time she needs to distribute the blight among the vessels of the fleet, and may we capture or kill the one who might be given the command to sail. But for now, we have done what we can. Ooh, I just got a virtue capped. Heck yeah. What is not capped now? Okay, I've got these ones all capped now. Let's do wit. I don't even know if I want to keep using wit, though. Finesse. It's my DPS build. That's crit and finesse. I mean, it's good because, oh my gosh, my finesse is so high in my DPS build. Oh my gosh, I've got 188,000. 180,000. That's actually, it's not cap, but it's really good. All right, well, I'll just leave the what I have. Okay, I did not know there was a milestone there. But you know, I have another trick up my sleeve, guys. When in doubt and you don't have a milestone, gather a couple peoples to slay you. And then you will automatically teleport to the location because I know where the teleport is now. So, haha! Take that! You guys need to kill me faster, guys. This is ridiculous. Faster! Faster, you fools! Okay, we're gonna get more soldiers. This is taking too long. You guys' ability to kill dwarves is lacking. Alright, everybody. Group up and prepare to slay Zollin. Slay me! Slay! I'm reflecting damage at them. They're literally taking damage when they hit me. Haha! Whoop! Block! Parry! Block! Parry! Parry! Block! Parry! Block! Catch your breath! Block! Parry! Parry! Block! It's so cool, by the way, that DPS guards get a chance to block. I mean, I have a 4% chance to block with a two-hander. That is a really cool thing DPS guards have. I'm glad that they're not removing that or anything like that. That's a really cool aspect of the DPS guard that we get that. All right. Oh, now I can revive for free. So it's not an instanced area. Weird. Hopefully this takes me to a... Oh, they have a different revive location. Oh. Interesting spots. What the? It's a cute little tent. Where am I? Oh my gosh, it's like right by the same spot. How do I get up? This is mean. They're gonna make me swim. They're punishing me. I have to swim in full body armor. Oh well. Brutal charge swim. And if you jump, you go faster. A lot of people don't know that, but if you jump while you're in water, you do indeed go faster. It is a real mechanic. Because...
funny because it used to play in Player vs. Monster Player. Whoever jumped would get across the river faster. So everybody would be jumping. Alright. Alright, so we have to go back to the island. Hopefully, we're going to get into some big story moments here. And I won't have to do as much running around for a little while. I think we're probably getting real close to the ending. I don't know if we have a bunch more time. I might have to do on part 8 of doing the main story here. I'm actually really surprised how long the new storyline is for the new expansion. Really good story. As if you've been following me for all the live streams. Again, this is the part 8 live stream of doing this series. I'm glad I did it in live streams because in live streams I can do the format easier of really long 2 or 3 hours. Doing videos as 2 and 3 hours is just a lot more work because I have to upload that giant file then to YouTube and have to store that file. All right. Ooh, the temperature is finally getting a little bit cooler in my room. That is nice. It has dropped 3 degrees. Here's a question. Why do they say degrees for both a compass and also for temperature? I guess because it's a level. It's like hatching one way or the other. I probably answered my own question, but still. It's confusing when they use the same words for different things. Happy weekend indeed, Decory. Hello. Hey, we got a raid. What's up, my friends? Welcome, welcome over there. All right, raid from Checking My Loots. Thank you, my friend, for the raid. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. We are doing the main story with voiceovers the best I can here. We've been going almost 3 hours, but I think we're pretty close. I've never gotten this far in the story yet, so I'm just trying to save it so I would not be spoiled for the ending here. Look at that great fortress. It's glorious. But welcome, everyone. Welcome. Checking my loot. I love that you got all the little turtles. Loot's raid! Thank you, guys. Anyway, it's nice to see everyone. I appreciate that. Alright, so we're going back to talk to Sigillith. I always said the Lothlorien elf lady. And we are gonna figure out if the plan is gonna work. If Khazad-Dum's plan will work to sink the ships. A little bit of spoilers if you haven't already done it. We are doing the end of the story here on the New Kingdoms of Harad. So just a warning to everyone who's here, if you haven't quite finished. You're welcome to have the spoilers watching with me while I read them to you in the stories if you want, but just like to warn everyone ahead of time. And of course, if you guys are enjoying yourselves, following is free on Twitch. Subscribe on YouTube is free. And likes, I appreciate it. Any help is great. Don't like to bother everyone, but we're 3 hours in, so I think I can say it right now. All right, we got to go into the little hidden nook here, as she called it. It's not right there. It's right here. Okay. All right, let's talk with her.
We are almost finished now. Only one thing remains to be done.
We are almost finished now, Zollin. Only one thing remains to be done. We must put an end to Nasaki and Belakad.
Ooh, we get the Fear Water environment. Cool. And we get some gear, which is not as good as my crafting gear, I don't think. No, but it's still decent.
Are you ready to deprive this fleet of its leaders?
We're getting to the main story, guys. Here we go.
Are you ready to deprive the fleet of its leaders, Zollin? You have only to give the word, and we will search the ruins for Nasaki and Belakad. They cannot escape the 4 of us. You, me, my brother, and Dumuri, warrior Zahazi I always get her name mixed up. Hazi. Meanwhile, Khazad-Dum will continue to use the blight to damage the seaworthiness of the song. It will not be long before every vessel lies at the bottom of the lake. We must give her time enough to distribute the blight to every vessel of the fleet. I'm a little bit worried still that that's going to contaminate the entire valley. Do we have no worry of this, putting the blight in the lake? What is this? Rewards. We get the serpent figurehead. Oh, sweet. We get that cool snake that's on the end of the ships. For the house. That's awesome. That's going to go on the kinship house. Let's go on the Voice of the Rings kinship house. Stage serpent head. Okay. 2,000 virtue experience. That's awesome. There is some worth doing the chapters.
They will not long hide from us.
I am ready if you are. They will not long hide from us. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Now we will end the threat of Balakard and Nakasi once and for all.
Once and for all. We're going to turn combat sounds back to 45% real quick. Sound effects will be at 80. We'll put the music at 25 so it's a little bit epic. All right. There we go. Epic music time, guys. Bakala and Nasaki must be somewhere within the ruins of Kasunin and sit atop the island. From the high place, they can survey the fleet. It will not be long until they begin to see the efforts of Khazad-Dum's interference. We must hurry. They will have defenders posted on the bridge and leading to the ruins, Zollin. Prepare for the fight.
Oh, I'm always ready for a fight.
All right, let's do it. The music's very epic. Hopefully it's not too loud. Tell me if it's too loud. One guy, he's not gonna stop us. Take that. I love the death animation, just like...
Watch your step and fall not.
And fall not? Not where? Where hast thou gone, great sire? She said, like how she speaks like in that old theater speak. All right, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna deal with this. All right, you criminal scum, kneel before the Lothlorian lady. Okay. Protection by the sword has a chance to make everyone reflect damage and 3% extra damage.
With so many corsairs hereabout, their leader must be near.
Was that a lot? Up here. All right, I'm following. Oh, it's Balakard and some of his captains.
The time has come for you to die.
To die?
Wait, lower your weapons. I would first speak with you.
Oh, yeah, this guy's got this voice. I remember. I'm gonna have to do this voice again, am I not? My childhood was one of tumult, Zollin. My mother and my father spoke often to me of the course of the customers, instructing me that it was duty to follow his example. Often I would wonder if they were right. Was it true that the elves would always seek to keep people underfoot, subject to their laws and to their shadowy rules? Could my parents have been wrong? From time to time I saw elves of the Oasis, the Kinte, in the markets of the Umbar Bahabel, and they seemed otherworldly to me, but never sinister. In truth, much of the evil I saw came at the hands of men. Did not the kindred of the coins hold me captive and chase my mother into hiding at the conclusion of their uprising? Was I not threatened with torture by Azagath, Sea Shadow, and the Saki Wave Reaper? But when I beheld the terrible battle where the waterfalls ran red, and I saw the monstrous orcs that engaged from Utoburg, I heard that the battle cries of the ferocious Utugi, and I saw the corpses piled at their feet. I perceived the name of their masters, Zollin, and they were called the Tharduth. From afar I heard the wizard Inkanush speak of them as he strove against their powers, and I knew them not for what they were. They are elves, Zollin. A terrible evil of ancient world has awoken to endanger the lands of men, and it is form of natural, Precisel, something word, I'm messing it up. Man, that word really got me, guys, I'm sorry. Form of natural, precisely, what my father believed, we're going to skip it. It would be, you guys all can see the word for yourself. Castamere was right, and my parents were right. And in their name, I have gathered those who would fight to save our world from elfkind. Nasaki and I have set aside our quarrels with her ships, and my loyal Elsworn sworn we will free all of Middle-earth from the grasps of the elves and those who aid them. If you wish to stand with me, I would welcome your prowess. You know how dangerous the Thorduth can be.
You have it quite wrong, and also no one's going to follow you with that voice.
If you will not stand with me, you will die on this island.
Not if we have any say in this, Balachad.
Then let us settle the matter and be content with the result.
All right. Duel me.
Balachad! What has your crew done to the fleet? You. Is this your doing?
Ah, you.
What has happened to the fleet?
From the upper reaches, I witnessed something unbelievable. The ships of the song have begun to take on water.
It is true! The nearest of these ships begin to sink!
Who's talking?
I know not how you have done this,
Zollin.
but you cannot have damaged every ship of the fleet.
Really? Maybe we have.
Balachad, command your ships to sail.
Where do you think
You
you're
will
going?
go nowhere. Khazad-Dum, block his retreat.
You will be our guest until the Golden Maiden has finished with the last of your ships.
You elves are always so confident in your own abilities. How will you react when someone reveals your weakness?
Khazad-Dum!
Nasaki and Bahal escaped to survive in the ships. Wait, what? Why did I let him escape? Oh no. Khazad-Dum! Oh no, he's bleeding out. We gotta save him, guys.
Zollin, don't worry about me. You have to stop them.
Uh-oh. No, he can't die. No! We love that character. No! Can't be. I hope he's just wounded. It would be very upsetting if he was dead. Well, we're gonna find out right now.
This is bad. Khazad-Dum lies bleeding, and Balachad and Nikasi escape us.
They will sail the surviving ships to the song of wave and winds downriver to war.
Through our efforts, most of the ships were damaged and cannot sail, but not all.
Balachad and Nasaki will sail the remaining ships of the song down the river Ikoban, endangering all of the lands through which it flows. Mount your steeds, Zollin. The city of Umbar Bahabel lies at the mouth of the river, and if you bring word of the approaching ships to the rulers of the city, they may be able to close the river gate before the song of waves and wind passes the city. Speak to me if you will do this. Yeah, of course, of course.
Of course I'll do it. What are you talking about? We're not just gonna give up.
Ride with as much speed as you can. You must get to Umbar before the song of waves and wind.
Well, I've got a very fast goat, so I've got this.
Ride for Umbar. Ride with haste.
All right. Oh man, there's their ships. Ride, my goats, ride! Whoa, 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 whoa! There, whoa! Holy moly, that did 200,000 damage. Oh, they're shooting at me.
You'll never catch me. My goat's too fast. You. Whoa! Oh no! Oh my goodness gracious! This is a lot scarier than I was expecting. Those things can kill me in 2 hits. Yeah, do your worst. Oh. What? Oh, race onwards. Oh, okay. Well, those things really aren't very nice. Oh gosh. Whoa, man. They're everywhere. Ha! Learn to aim. Ain't no dwarves, I can tell you that. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one. Oh gosh, okay, they're mad. They're mad. Oh my gosh, they're shooting them all over the place. Oh gosh. Oh no, that one hit me. Oh no. This is actually kind of crazy. Okay, it's gonna do another like instanced. We're traveling down the shore. So Zollin has been riding desperately down the shore now for probably like 30 minutes, as fast as he can, as his goat is right on, goat. Oh gosh, we've been hit again. The cannons fall silent behind you as you outpace your enemy, but Umbar remains far distance. Ride, my goat, ride! All right, now entering around Umbar. Okay. Tolkien leaps from his guard post and calls you to stop. Hey! Stop! What drives you towards Umbar Baharbel with such reckless speed? Zollin, is that you? Yeah, it's me. Quickly, gotta talk to the leaders, fast. That was really cool storytelling the way they did that. I like that.
If this fleet is as dangerous as you say it is, the city is in grave danger.
Yes, it is.
You must hurry onto Umbar.
Zollin, bring your warning to the guards at the gate. I will follow you behind you. Yeah, because you don't have a goat. I got it. All right. Ride. All right. It was quite fun. It was quite exhilarating. It was very good storytelling. I really liked the whole like getting shot at. It was awesome. That was unexpected. I did not know I was going to get shot at, and the fact that they were actually like dangerous enough to kill you. The fact that I was taking half my HP as a guardian, which was pretty extensive. The real question is, do they always just do 50% like a health, or would they do more to a light class? Because I feel like that's even more dangerous if you can only take, you can barely take one shot, you know? If you had like really bad gear or something and you were like a light class. Because I have like the really kind of the best gear you can get right now until we get the next stuff comes out. So yeah. Oh, there's the Colosseum. We're almost there. We have to warn everyone. Zollin over here helping the Corsairs of Umbar. We're kind of friendly with them now. If you've followed any of the stories of the Corsairs expansion, Corsairs of Umbar, or the Legacy of Morgoth. And of course now we are into the Kingdoms of Harad, which have all been excellent expansions, I must say. Both, it's been very fun. I'm excited to see the instances and raids coming out soon too. We'll be covering those extensively. All right, quickly. We must save all right, the White Gate.
A hostile fleet sails towards us down the river Ikorban. That is
absurd.
What proof
do you have? Oh, I have proof. You can no waste of time. Warn the folk at the water market. All right. Yes, I'm just gonna cause panic in the streets. Let's do it. Will they heed you? I don't know. Alas, some of the folk give you their attention. Yes. Quickly.
A hostile fleet approaches from the river? Can this be so?
I will share these tidings throughout the city.
Yes, cause panic. I'm just kidding.
A fleet?
I mean, I think Zollin's name's pretty well known now in the city after you do the story or any of your characters that are playing. So they probably believe the hero that helped save a lot of people. So, that is coming. A fleet of ships managed by the Arisum, the Airsworn approach the river Ikorban. Can this be?
We are in danger?
Yes, you're in danger. You guys gotta get out of here. All right, here's the guard.
I know you for a friend of the city.
Zollin.
If you say a hostile fleet approaches Umbar Baharbel, then it must be so.
We must arrange for the defense of the city. We must get everyone away from the river. Yes. A familiar voice calls out to you. Daxamax pushes. Oh, Daxamax! My friend. Now, I say this a little different than everybody else, but I like to call him Daxamax. Or Daxamat. But I've heard other people say it differently, but that's how I call him.
What
All
is
right.
this I hear?
Zollin.
Tell me what I can do.
You ask Daxamax to spread the word to the people of the city that a fleet of dangerous ships carrying orcs and Ordaki soldiers approach from Ikorban. I will. You should find my brother, Djax, at the form of Bith Gabar. He will know what to do. Shouldn't I be talking to, like, the leader of the city? All right, well, here we go. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take a horse, because I'm right by the Sailmaster. Because it'll be faster for us, just story-wise mode. Let's see, which is the closest spot? Probably the North Gate.
Good day to you, traveler.
Good day. Where is the North Gate? Wait, I don't have the option of the North Gate? There it is. North Gate. North Gate! Here we go. My mount is getting stuck on the water fountain. This is really good. I'm really enjoying the story a lot right now. All right. We're losing a little bit of frames now that we're in the city with a billion NPCs. That always seems to happen here, especially when you first load in like that. Honestly, it's running pretty decently, all things considered, since I loaded in so quickly and started running. There he is. Whoop, whoop. All right. There he is. It's Mr. Captain Djax.
What did you say?
What?
A secret fleet sails toward the city, and I was not informed.
I was not informed. You tell Djax that Nisaki Wave Reaper and Balakad have taken control of the Song of Waves and Wind and equipped it with ships with dangerous Nargak weapons. It is not kept from leaving the Urkaban River. All of Middle-earth will be in danger. You need the Kindred of the Coin to close the river gate. You will want my help with this, Zollin. Let me know when you are all ready for us to speak with them. I'm ready right now.
Kindred of the Coins will listen to me.
You will see.
Ha! And refuse
Djax. I really like this guy so much. He's so funny. He reminds me of a character.
It is not too late, my friend. Our warning will reach the Kindred with hours to spare.
With hours to spare? I don't know about hours, sir. Zollin! I have not seen you since your steps brought you to Umad Bulk. I have come above ground to ask Kultek, but my errand can wait. Something troubles you. You quickly tell Baruch that Nisaki Wave Reaper sails a hostile fleet towards the city, and banks of the Umbak River are not safe. I will delay you no longer. Tell the Kindred of the Coin what you have told me.
The Kindred will protect us. Hurry now!
If my, if by our warning we save the city, the Kindred will surely seek to reward us for our actions today, Zollin. Let us hurry. All right, follow Djax to speak with the Kindred of the Coin. Finally, some action. We're not just like telling random people on the streets. All right, it's Harmalek. Your face is lined with worry, Zollin. What brings you with such urgency to Darlaja? You tell the Hammerlock that Nisaki Wave Reaper sails a secret fleet armed with Naragak cannons and crew by orcs of Mordor and soldiers of Ordak down the Ikorban River. She frowns uncertainly.
You are certain of this? You have seen this fleet?
Assure her, yes. Yes, I have, yes.
You must order the closing of the river gate. Only the Kindred of the Coins can prevent this fleet from passing the city.
For what reason would Nakasi harm Umbar Baharbel? The hatred she bears is for Gondor.
But it is in your power to prevent this!
The river gate will remain open. If the Song of Waves and Wind is to be the doom of Gondor, I will not stand in its way.
How is it you know the name of this fleet, Armela? Then neither of us have spoken it alone.
Uh-oh. As a gesture from the Golden Queen, the guards encircle you. Well, crap. Just kidding. Well, Jax, looks like we might not be among friends anymore. So, it is a fight then! Fight! There are not enough of them to best both Jax and Zollin! I mean, he's right. He's definitely right, man.
This Corsair fights for Umbar, not for the usurping Gilead!
I really don't want to have to do this to you guys, but you really leave me no choice. Gods are useless. Gadar. No, I don't want to kill a Gadar. This is like our main personal god. Well, Gadar, if you're going to try to kill Jax, I have one thing to tell you. It's hammer down time. Oh, okay, he's not dead. Tamari archers hold you at bay. You can no longer fight. Oh, gosh. I don't think so. My armor is thick. Those arrows will bounce off, but they killed your Jax, so. Cool tech. You know there is little to be gained by dying here, Zollin. Koltek lowers his voice so only you can hear him. Hamelek might have prevented she first heard the name the Song of Waves and Winds from you when you visited her in her manor. But she is not as clever as she thinks herself to be. Wealth cannot buy wisdom. Only experience can do that. When Azagath told us of the song's existence, neither of us believed in it. If the Dark Lord of Mordor could not rely upon such a fleet, of what use could it be to us? But it seems Nasaki has done the impossible. The Nagak I sent her from the Ashigar will prove the difference, I think. When Gondor burns, the folk of Umbar Bahabel will rejoice. I thought you guys were better than this. Looks like this is it, Zollin. We have to put our faith in sorry. Daxamak now.
Seize them!
All right. Wow, what a twist! The moment we thought they were finally had some, like, Kindred of the Coin, we find out they're total traitors. What a twist! All this time for the last 4 years of the game, and we were like, oh yeah, maybe the Kindred of the Coin aren't so bad. Maybe they'll work with us, and they sort of did for their own, but it just goes to show you. So there's only a couple good characters that we know now. That, I mean, to be fair, their motivations make sense. The Kindred of the Coin are just one power, right? And they don't really care about Gondor, obviously.
It is not much, Dax, but you can stay here as long as you need.
I have lived here ever since kinsman Belrandor ordered my release from the Gaul following his return from Ikoban. Many of my fellows were freed as well. I know not what Belrandor saw there, but I am grateful for it. You can stay here until you learn what happened to your brother. There has really been no word of him since he and Zollin went to Lajar.
You can leave your belongings in the storage room.
Go through the door behind me into the hall. The storage room is the door on the left. You hear Itua's footsteps behind you as he enters the storage room. There is something here for you, Dax. A Tamari dwarf I have never seen before. If he is not a friend of yours, I will send him away. If it is true that an enemy fleet approaches the city, we should not draw attention to this place. Okay, return to the entrance. You have never met this Tamari before. Why does he ask for you? Oh, it's Burke! Oh, it's the other dwarf, dude, that we helped so much underneath. Oh, he's gonna help Zollin and to Jax. Dude, and of course his people that live in the city of Corsairs. You are Daxamax, brother of Jax? I have been looking for you. I have tidings of him. You should hear. I spoke to many people hoping to find you, but at last a rumor monger directed me to this place. Now hear what I have to say. I love that term, a rumor monger. So funny. I was in Dar Lajar when you and your brother and my friend Zollin petitioned the Kindred of the Coins to close shut the river gate and prevent the approaching fleet from passing the city. Almost did I leave, but curiosity stayed my feet, and I watched from afar as they were seized by the gods. They were brought to the gallows and are now captives of Hamar Merkel. Even Kultek has sided with her. I can think of no just reason for him to do this. I fear the Kindred of the Coins have betrayed the city. Even now I hesitate to return to the streets. They may keep watch for any who witnessed their duplicity. Zollin proved a friend to many of us in this city. How can they justifiably imprisoning him after such monumental deeds on behalf of Umbar and the Tamarin alike, which are the dwarf people of this area? Intor clears his throat, surprising you. He has a knack for moving unseen. You need not a way to pass unseen from the refuge without being seen by spies loyal to the Kindred of the Coins. I would not call this day fortunate, but perhaps in this matter alone I have some good fortune to share. Pass through the door behind me and take the stairs down to the cellar. You will see what I mean. Okay, sweet. Well, this is really cool. Like, these are like background characters normally, and now they're like helping save the day. Like, that's really cool. This is a really cool story. What the heck? All right. So he said explore the cellar. All right, down here. Oh, there's a boat. A small boat bobs in the water besides the platform. Oh, this is a cool room. Dude, this is a really cool room. What the heck? Ah, I see your friend has in mind. I know a waterway to Umbak Murk when I see one. With this, I can enter and leave the refuge without detection by spies loyal to Hamaralek. Burka shakes his fist in the air. I still cannot believe Koltek would endanger the city in this way. I have never known Zollin to lie, and he has most clear that a hostile fleet sails down the river towards us. I may be able to contact some of who can get a message to the prisoners. I will return and let you know if I succeed. You hear the sound of a door closing in the distance, and the voices drift from above. Return to the entrance. Wow, this storytelling is so good. More new arrivals, a man and a woman you have not met before. Oh, I think Zollin has met these, though. I think I recognize these names. Word spreads through the city that a hostile fleet approaches the Urkaban River, and Zollin has been imprisoned for trying to stop it. Can this be true? My wife, Khazad, and I am named Zollin a friend. Any who seek to harm him must answer to us. My deadliest days are behind me, but I have mates enough throughout the Shield Islands and the Cape to make things difficult for the Kindred of the Coins if they truly betray the city, as their whispering suggest. If the word of their advanced scouts can be trusted, it seems likely. They say that you can hear orcish voices from at least one of the approaching ships. Rumors spread
like wildfire through the lower ward. If it is true Zollin has been imprisoned by the Kindred of the Coins, I can think of no reason for him to languish in the Gallow, especially if he sought to warn us about the approaching danger. Why would the Kindred of the Coins support this attack? My husband owes a great deal to Tumuldur, Fiercewater, who convinced him not to join Belacor during the wars. But that was a different kindred, and people say Tumulorn is slain. People also say you and your brother are Zollin's close companions to Dax Zamax. Tell us what we must do to help, and we will do it.
Cool. Cool. We got a little band of heroes, unlikely heroes. The people turn to the guidance of Dax. You stammer to Itur that you don't know what to do. He rests a assured hand on your shoulder. Ask yourself what Zollin and Jax would do if they were here. Because this guy he can't ever think for himself.
Oh, what would they do if they were here?
You think? They would fight! They would fight! Yes! That is exactly right, Dax. Today we began to fight against those who would betray us for Zollin and for Jajax. None would mistake me for one of the Corsairs of legend. My prowess is not in combat or swordplay. I spent many weeks in the gallows when the nobleman I thought to rob of his purse proved more vigilant than I expected. So, I would not recommend you assign me tasks of thievery. Itur laughs suddenly. There is one thing I can help you steal, Dax. Together, we will steal the hearts of the people, right from under the noses of the kindred. Folk have already come here searching for someone to lead them, and more are sure to come. We are going to need a place where we can make our plans. Maybe we should set up the room on the right so we can I know this word. I do. Can accommodate our growing numbers. This room? So I'm supposed to set up some chairs? That's a little anticlimactic, but okay. This is a start, but there is more to be done. The Kindred of the Coins has 2 places where their leadership can feel safe. Within the meeting hall of Dar Laja, and within the strong walls of the city of the Winds. As our numbers grow, we will need to find some way of threatening these bastions, making the kindred question its safety and the sources of its power. There is something else, too. Hamalak and Kotek have imprisoned 2 of our most significant figures. Dax, the city will not forgive this outrage, and as word of it spreads, the dominion of the kindred must begin to weaken. Did they underestimate how beloved Zollin was? Oh, thanks, guys. Has become to the people of Umbar Baharbel? Did they underestimate the popularity of your brother, Jajax? I think these were mistakes, Dax. But now we must ask ourselves an important question. For how long will the kindred keep Jajax and Zollin in captivity? Are they still alive? And if they are, for how long will they remain so? Whoa, my character turned back into my Zollin. Did you see that?
All right.
I hope they are all right, Dax says when we switch over within the gallow. They even let me keep my battle axe. What is this? You might as well settle down. We're not going anywhere, Zollin. That was not his voice. I did that totally wrong. That's okay. Pass the time in your cage. Okay. I guess I'll...
that? Someone is coming.
I hear it.
I trust you two are comfortable?
Traitor.
Why have you come here, Amelak?
Such hostility. I feared the din of celebration in the city above might keep you from sleeping. The people rejoiced as the song of waves and wind passed the city and sailed on to Gondor.
But did they already? You tell Jajax that Hamaruk is lying. Aye, he agrees. She lied before and she lies again.
For what reason would I lie to you now? Victory is already mine.
Oh, is it?
Gondor will burn. Umbar will triumph.
You have forgotten something, Armelak. You may learn it again, to your sorrow.
What have I forgotten?
Umbar is a free city.
At last.
I know it well. I have made it so. The kindred of the coins overthrew the heirs of Castamir and the Church of Barkush.
The people did this. How will they react when the castle returns with her fleet? How will they welcome its crews of Erswans, Orcs, and Orthakai?
They will do as they are told.
Oh,
Maybe,
man.
but I would not.
But I would not. It will not be as you say. The people of the city will know why I could not close the river gate. If the Song of Waves and Wind could not leave the river Umbarka, Nasaki would have turned the Nakan cannons upon Umbar Baharbel. Should we have sacrificed our own city for the sake of Gondor? You ask Harmalak if she truly believes that Nasaki or Balakad would have destroyed their own city, and she waves a dismissive hand. You believe the people of the city share your uncertainty, Zollin.
When next I return, you may believe differently. Farewell.
You might as well get some sleep. We may be here a while.
Mysterious girl. Oh, that's the one from the original. Oh, it's that girl we helped under the underground. Child, come here. This is the girl that we saved from the monsters underground. I have a message for you, one of the Tamari. He says, the work continues. We need many hands to mine the Abashal, and we'll forge new medallions from it. Remain alert, for its shine, and stay safe. The mine is treacherous, but there will be a light in the darkness. The girl turns to go, but she hesitates. She faces you again, and you try to remember where you have before heard this voice. We watched as the ships passed the city. One galley tried to block the way to the open water, and it was sunk. The terrible smoke of the cannon smelled foul. We saw orcs on the decks of one of the ships. They cheered as the ship of Umbar burned. The water could not quench the blue flames. Even through the bars, you can see the pain in her eyes.
I did not always live in the shadows of Umbar Mok. I had a home in the city once, family who loved me, but they did not survive the flames of Barkush. I have been Tefisa ever since that day.
You never saw her face before now, but it was in Umbark Bolk you spoke to Tefisa. She is the one of the Tersasi, the forgotten children who make their way through the hidden paths beneath the city. It must have been the Tembara Baruch who gave her this message to bring to you and to Jax. Tefis studies your face closely. I watched the flames destroy my home once, stranger. They were orange and red then. The embers lit by servants of Bakush, which is Sauron, I believe. But a fire is fire. Those ships will set ablaze at the homes of Gondor, but they will return, and when they return, the conflagration will spread to the homes of Umbar. I can help you escape, but I have a price.
Nothing comes for free. If I help you to escape, I need something from you. I promise. Will you swear to destroy the ships and their masters?
Yes, I swear.
I cannot? Interesting. You actually have 3 options here? I mean, my main goal is to destroy the fleets, so... She stares at you through the bar. Okay, hold on. Curious what... Right, they're all the same. I'm gonna do this one.
So it is pledged, and I will not forget.
I'm a guardian. I always follow my pledges. Alright. Jack sleeps on, oblivious to everything. Lovely. Lovely, I'm stuck in here with him. This sound with his mouth! It's like, oh no. Alright. So Zollin's stuck in a cage with that person. Oh look, it's another Jajax. I mean, Jajax Max. Alright.
Messages arrive from all throughout the city,
Daxamax. The song of Waven Winds, passing so near to the city, has caused our numbers to grow. People cannot disbelieve the evidence of their own eyes, that the kindred allowed these ships to sink an Umbar galley. They have allied with orcs, and by so doing are no better than those vile creatures. The fleet has sailed into the bay and left us behind, but the kindred will still come to ruin its passage.
I've been running hither and yon all morning.
Messages are coming from every ward of the city. I have been running hither and yon all morning. Let me rest, I beg you. Only for a moment. Once I have caught my breath, I will return to the work. You tell Nakur he should rest, and he will be a little use to Ilma Guli, the rising tide of the rebellion, if he falls down from exhaustion. He smiles gratefully. I only need a moment, Daxamax, really. But if you climb the stairs and check to see if Sakit has slipped any more messages under the door, his door, my rest should cost us very little. There are none when I last checked, but they're a few minutes ago. What's a few minutes ago? Okay. So go upstairs. Okay. Holy messages! Yeah, you collect messages slipped under the door by the allies of Ilmo.
Already there are more messages from elsewhere in the city?
Events are moving quickly, Daxamax. You should spread out those papers on the planning table. More folks wait for orders.
Rumina and I can move unnoticed through the lower ward with great speed.
Until the movement we want to see be seen and to be heard. This is like so much story, you guys. I'm trying my best to read it as fast as I can. I am confident we can speed the news of Hamalak's betrayal of the city, and the Koltek may be aiding her. It will not be difficult. Few of the Umbar failed to see the enemy ships as they passed the city, and it was apparent to all of the Corsair crews.
had joined hands with soldiers of Ordach and the orcs of Mordor. It is an outrage and mockery. I understand there's a plan of motion to free your brother and Zollin from captivity. Has there yet been any word? I don't know. Let's go find out. This is cool little like safe house. This whole like little spot they picked. There he is.
I bring good news.
Daxamat. My contact has spoken with Zollin. He and Zadax are being held within the fleet fast gallow, and the Tessari girl is willing to show us a secret way inside. She seemed very insistent that if she performs this task for us, we will see that the enemy fleet is destroyed. I know not if that is within our power, but I told her we would consider it. We need Zollin and Jajax freed. We cannot consider nothing until it has happened. Am I right? You hear voices above, voices raised in anger. Uh-oh. Oh, 2 leaders of the kindred stand ready to fight. Oh, dang. It's Rothgod. You have a sign of relief as they lower their weapons. Oh my gosh, it's freaking Belrandor and Rothgod. Oh, dude, come on, be on our side, half troll.
For now, I relent. If you give me a reason to fight, I will not again lower my coppices.
Until this battle is done, Belrandor and I were away from the city, visiting the red hills of Damazag, and looking for evidence of Tharduth. We found none, but when we returned, to Umbar-Bahabel, the shouting of its people could be mistaken by no one. Someone allowed a fleet of Mordor and Ordach to pass by the city, and as it sailed into the bay, it turned its cannons upon Umbar's ships. Even now, the wreck of Umbar's galleys smolder with blue flames of the hungry flame. Some member of my kindred seemed to have allied with this fleet, but only one arranged for me and Belrandor to be away from the city when it arrived. This was the work of Harmalak. She knew this fleet was on its way, and she wanted to ensure Ragath did not stop it. All right. You are Daxamax, yes? The brother of Jajax. These men follow your command? Belrandor looks at you up and down and releases his hand from his hilt of the sword. I should have known something was amiss, Daxamax. Harmalek's sudden interest in the Tharduth should have raised my suspicions, for always she has dismissed the servants of Morgoth we faced in Uruk-Dash as less of a threat to Umbar than others. To ask Ragath and I to travel to Damazag to learn if they have any presence there, it seems an obvious ruse. Now, I mean, of keeping 2 members of the kindred from interfering with her plans. When we departed, I thought only that at last she was taking serious the danger. But now we have returned, and we must decide what can be done. Where is Zollin? We should ask him for his thoughts. So, little backup information, guys. The Kindred of the Coin are a group of leaders, right? There are, was it 4 or 5? There's these 2, the dwarf and Hamalak, right? And then I thought there was a 5th one. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. But anyway, so they kind of rule the city as like a council. So with her, and she's kind of like the head of it though. And basically she didn't want them to interfere and say no, you know, because they have a lot of respect to people that follow them too. So things are getting spicy, conspiracy level here. Imprisoned? We will need to do something about that. Something else troubles me. Some of the people with whom I spoke claim that Nisaki commanded the fleet, and she has joined hands with Balakad and the son of Belakor. Their ships are crewed with air-sworn corsairs, orcs of Mordor, and Ordaki soldiers alike. If this is true, fully half of the Kindred of the Coin have changed their loyalties. Nisaki, Harmalek, and Koltek can no longer be trusted to lead. I guess Nasaki was the other one that was... So, where is Talatha in all of this? She has always been more... this is the other person too I was thinking of, I guess. Solitary than the rest of us, but she sides with the betrayers. It will be difficult for Hrothgar and I to convince the city that our position is just. That way is certain to lead to bloodshed. I do not fear it. I would prefer not to slay my fellows, if it might be avoided. But we need to remove the blight from the kindred of the coins in order to cleanse it, one way or another. But you are the leader of this band of fighters, Daxamax. Consider all that must be done, and give your people their commands. Uprising in Umbar begins now. Ooh, we get to be Daxamax forever with our character after this. Sweet. Alright. My gosh, this is so cool. So cool. Alright. Address the gathering. Alright, let's see what we got. I'm gonna speed up this reading a little bit if that's okay with everybody watching. I know of a place where many weapons are stored, Dax, beneath the Dalath Ulalan in Kamarabez blah blah blah. We're gonna skip that word. Are racks and racks of weapons for use in the arena. But that is not all we can take from them. The gladiators revere Hrothgar as both a great warrior and a leader of the city. If they are shown he sides with us to overthrow the villains who betrayed Umbar Bahabel, we will have obtained not just weapons, but fighters to wield them. We must not underestimate the reputation of Hrothgar the Storm. The prospect of facing him in single combat was enough to keep me safely and content in the Gallo. I knew not that the kinsman Belrandor would free me from the captivity without fighting only days later, but I did know not to face Hrothgar on the blood sands for my own freedom. But today I will fight for freedom from the traitors who pretend to speak to Umbar for Umbar, but I fight beside the Storm and not against him. Alright?
There is no need to draw stones, as is the custom among my people in Karbarakat.
I know the duty is set for me. First, I will go to Melaka Kupa with this unpleasant news. Koltek has jeopardized the lives, safety, and wealth of the Temari people. I will bring those of my fellows who agree with this position to the Shoreward Stone, where he will seek an audience with Incan Jeweled Brow, the Hallfather. One of another, Koltor, will be removed from power for his part in this calamity. While I do this, someone else must make use of the secret entrance into the Fleet-Fast Gallow in order to freeze your brother and Zollin. Okay.
Romina and I have many contacts within the Stalehaven and the Lower Ward.
We will spread the news of Hamak betrayal and rally the Umbari to march upon Dar Lajad. Corsairs and mariners, excuse me, I'm figuring out the word sooner or later. Corsairs and mariners, vendors and caravan drivers, even the troublemakers and the Brigands of the Gut. All of these folks have reasons to overthrow the rulers who think to sell us to Mordor or Ordok. Even the Corsairs Jeduth may join us in this. He has retired from the pirateering trade, but he will see the righteous of Imangun's cause. Dang, man, it's just like we're getting every group of people to join the cause here. You have given these folk their orders, Daxamax. Now, what is your role? You tell Belrandor that you are ready to free your brother Jajax and the hero Zollin from the Fleet-Fast Gallow, but before you can say anything, he shakes his head. I think not, to Daxamax. That is a dangerous undertaking. I cannot say how it has happened, but you have somehow become the leader of this rising tide, the Unlik Galio. Without you to focus these varied and desperate fighters, I think this uprising is snuffed out like a torch doused in seawater. You must remain here and reforge in order to coordinate the efforts. The rescue of Zollin and your brother must be left to others. Hrothgar and I will lead the rescue mission. Zollin and Ajax are imprisoned by those counted allies, even friends. The two of us must be set this right. Yes. Thank you. I will speak with the Temera about a secret entrance he has discovered. Were it not now of use, I would rue its very existence, but it seems such a way into the Gallow will now help bring our friends to freedom, and about that I will not complain. Regret not that you do not accompany us. There will be danger enough for you here, the Daxmax. All of the city will soon come alive with anger, and you must be ready to guide its furious voice. Voice of the Rings! No, I'm just kidding. Woo!
Go then, and good fortune go with you. Good fortune go with us all.
Okay. I wonder if Gondor has already been defeated, Zollin. It is difficult to tell the passage of time from down here, but if the weapons of the song are as dangerous as you say, it will not take long for Nasaki to complete her mission. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. I'm gonna do a pastime. I'm gonna smoke my bubble pipe.
Get them! What is happening out there?
What is happening? Ah, my friends.
You may want to stand back. Rothog?
Get him. Saved us. It is good to see you again, Zollin. But we have not the time to catch up. Hrothgar and I will stay and guard the rear while you and Ajax make your escape. The way out is down the stairs. Daxamax leads the rebellion against Harmalac and Kultek. With every passing moment, more and more of the people join Imul Gula, the rising tide. I am sorry this has happened, my friend. I thought the sickness in the kindred ended with Azagath, which was one of the other leaders. But it was not so. Harmalac and Kultek have betrayed the city, and I must make it right. These characters are both so cool. Alright. Did he say Daxamac leads the uprising against the kindred? My brother, Daxamac? There has not been some misunderstanding. My brother is one who follows, not one who leads. I am the one who leads. I know I said we should put our faith in Dax, Zollin, but I did not expect something like this. We had better go. I have to see it before I will believe it. Okay. We're off.
One of these guards might have the keys. You should free us some friends on our way out.
Slain guard. All right, make your way down the stairs. Ooh. Hey, let me out. Thank you, thank you. Hopefully these guys aren't actually bad for like they're imprisoned because they're good guys and not because they're like a murderer. That would be bad. Just randomly let people out of the prisons. You will not regret this. I better not. I better not see you doing any of your crimes. Freedom is mine. How could I ever repay you? I have a feeling these people are all thrown in here politically, though, for the kindred. All right, be free, everyone. All right, I got them all out. All right, Thunder and Jajax stand by the hatch leading into Umbar Mulk. Who's this? Oh, this is that one girl from the other. I didn't really finish that part of the story very good, so you guys will know this, but she doesn't have a voice when I click on her? Huh. I'm gonna turn down the music a little bit. It's a little too loud for me still. The kindred of the coin is dead, Zollin. It was created to protect the people of the city, not to burn them alive as did the church of Bakush. If the Umbar do not slay Hamlek and Koltek for their betrayal, I'll do it myself. Below the city, I witnessed Belwynne
Hrothgar, traveling with great speed, pursued them. Had they stopped Hamelach's treachery, they would be dead already. But it seems these two have not abandoned their wits. We are to bring you by the pass beneath the city to the hideout where the uprising began. Are you ready? You hesitate. Imagine the Thalach Gondorian cottages wreathed by blue flame flash before your eyes, followed by the home of the Umbari style suffering the same fate. You remember a small voice asking you to destroy the ships and their masters. Also, I believe she's I think I remember she was actually, isn't she like a Bjorning? Which is kind of weird, but they did explain that in the other expansion. I think she is. Thanos catches you,
Why have
eyes you
not
carefully.
already left, Tata?
It would appear our prisoners have second thoughts.
We have to kill the ships. Talk to Belwynne. What is the cause of this delay, Zollin? The city above is a tinderbox ready to catch fire at the slightest spark. An Imago cannot now be stopped. You tell Belwynne that you fear for the people of Gondor, unaware of the deadly danger that sails towards them, and for the people of Umbar. He nods. It has occurred to me that Nasaki will not give up this fleet. When her business in Gondor is completed, he replies, she will return with it to Umbar Baharbel, and any passing whim will be enforced by cannon and with hungry fire. My ship, Satoka, is moored in the hidden harbor not far from here, Zollin. I don't remember. Is she a Bjorning or not? I don't remember. I know, Angus, I know. I'm trying to hurry just so I can get finished the part. Zollin, and none can match her speed when her sails are full. You ask Tatalia if she would be willing to pursue the Song of Wave and Wind to Gondor, despite the danger, and she stares at you seriously. On my last voyage with Nasaki, we sailed around the coast of Outer Gondor. Our purpose was to prove to the new king of Gondor that despite the defeat of the Umbar in the war, the Kindred of the Coin was not without strength. Umbar would not be subservient. Umbar would be treated as a powerful neighbor, worthy of respect. But then, Tuolon was slain, and the light in Nasaki's eyes changed. Hatred drove her. We encountered the grove of a tree tender on a cape of Amphalas. Later I learned that oh my gosh, that name is long. Nesorni, that his name, at least in the tongue used by the elves and men, was Leafshade. Oh, it's the Ent. Nasaki treated to burn his grove as a message to Gondor, and I told her I wanted no part of it. But had Nisoni not surrendered to her, I know she would have burned that grove with fire and torch. All of Gondor beside. Now she possesses the ability to do that, Zollin. If my ship Sotoko can stop her, I cannot remain idly by and claim to not have aided her. For Leafshade, it is not for any other. My ship is yours. Agents of Koltek and Ersworn stand between you and the hidden harbor. I hope you are ready. Yes. Okay. Now here's the question. Am I in... Oh my gosh, there's like... Can I come back here? Can I leave this instance and come back to this spot? Oh my goodness gracious. I want to finish up. Oh my goodness, my phone is just binging over and over. Oh, okay, no, it's okay. It's fine. Keep thinking that it's something like that. I do need to hurry though, because our event is going to be starting here in a few minutes. So, I don't know. Jajax, the hidden harbor is just ahead. We must cut through these foes if we are to reach it. Tell us ship. Attack! Attack! Okay, sweet. Let's do this fast. Battle time! Okay. We got some more enemies. My dog is barking outside to assist us. Get him, Brody. All right, reverse swing. I feel like I'm kind of trapped in the story mode right now. Well, we finish up here in a second. We're definitely gonna have to have a part 8, guys.
of the series here of story. There is quite a bit. Because we still need to do the other thing too.
It is good to get my blood flowing again.
Yes.
The ship is near.
Oh, okay. There, we're just gonna teleport. Okay. It is good to stand up the deck. All right. So here we are. Good, good, good. This is not why the kindred was formed. We must stop Nasaki. Does the kindred of the coin? Is she talking? I don't hear any sound though. Huh. It says board the... Okay. I'm aboard. What's happening? It says the ring is right here to board it. Something. Oh, they're talking. I will go and lead. Okay, so we're just listening to their chat, I guess.
Nasaki endangers my city. She thinks what she does is right, but I know it is not.
Like the only good ogre, half ogre there has ever been right here. All right, what is happening here? Oh, did I just have to touch that? Okay, there we go. All right. Oh my gosh, I have a few minutes here, guys. A few minutes. Jax. Ah! This is more like it! I have always been more at home aboard a ship. Even if the ship carries me to dangerous battles in the defense of Gondor of all places, at least the legend of Jax will continue to grow. We will leave the uprising against Hammerlack and Koltek to Daxamax's capable hands. Ha! Capable. There is a first time for everything, I suppose. I hope you are not making a grave mistake, Zollin. I hope not either.
I am sad, Zollin.
You ask Garthog why he is sad, and he grumbles, something you cannot hear. When you ask him to repeat it, he heaves a heavy sigh.
I did not think to bring Huskak with me when we came to rescue you from the gallows, and Tathala says there is no time for me to get him. Now he must stay behind in the city instead of joining me in battle in Gondor. He will miss all of the fighting. Perhaps one of the members of the Umok will bring him to Jalanjan to slay Hammerlock and Koltek. He likes that. Oh, I hope they do.
It's his pet lion he's talking about. He's saying as if his pet lion. That's pretty funny. Can you guys hear Brody barking in the backyard? Probably. I think so. All right, Belwynne. Sirgon has been upon my mind these last few hours, Zollin. What would he say to know that now I sail to his home of Gondor, and despite desperate bid to defend it from its destruction? Ah, I know the answer. He would have smiled and clapped me on the back, and he would have do the same for my own home. What do Gondor and Umbar have in common? Sons and daughters who would die for them against my any threatening danger. All right, let's talk to the person that owns the ship, the nice lady. Where's she at? Sutaka is a fast ship, but the Song departed many hours before us. We may be too late to prevent Nasaki from completing her mission. She is driven by vengeance, Zollin, not just for the death of Tumulduul, but for every injury and injustice she has suffered during her years of life. Each of these wounds have fed her hatred, and now she has been blinded by her desire for vengeance. Her smiles grimly. A most rare sight indeed. This is the meaning of Sotoka, Zollin. Vengeance is the chance of plan the speed up in the pursuit of Nasaki aboard a ship of vengeance. I cannot say. The word is a curious place. The world is a curious place. Boom. There we go. Thought the dog was ambient noise from the game. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Bleak Slab says in Twitch. That's great. All right. But some of those slain that would never return. Oh, gosh. Okay, I completed an instance. This is good. And so the ships are made to Gondor in pursuit of the song, and some were slain. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, gosh. What is happening here? Okay. All right. All right. I know this is, like, super epic and all. But, we're going to have to come back to this. I hope. Return to Umbar Baharbel. I think I can do that and come back to this. Hopefully. Hopefully that works. Okay, sweet. Okay, return to Harland in Flames. Okay, sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay, so we can stop right here for part 8 of this series. And wow, we did a lot today for almost 4 hours. Thank you for being here, everybody, in Twitch. Thank you again for the raid. That was very nice. And thank you, everyone on YouTube that's here as well. Daniel's sending me an invite right now because they are getting ready to go. So, with that, my friends, I'm going to pop over to the other stream in about 30 seconds. If you guys wanted to see what we're doing, we're going to try some hard level tier stuff. Please join us. So I'll be back in 2 minutes. You'll see a new stream pop up on my channel on YouTube and Twitch, too. See you very soon. Stay happy. Thanks to my Patreons, Martin, Elraandor, and Reb, and all my Patreons for that extra help. I do the channel full time, so I appreciate it. Anything you guys do, like, subscribe, follow, share, whether you're watching later as a VOD or live. Thanks for being here, guys, and I will see you in 1 minute in the next stream. Cheers! Baruch Khazad Kuzad I Venyo!